Oh, let's hope this works.
Yep. We're off for, a week and everything gets all messed up.
Well, it's not only that, but I have to clean up after Justin.
Yes, that too. Yeah.
I was going to say we're off for a week. Justin breaks everything.
Looks like we're good.
Excellent. I don't even have the chat going, but oh well, I'll do that later.
Jesse's got it.
Yeah, I know. I just usually am in there too sometimes, but
I'm never. I'm the delinquent Nintendo dad. I'm the
absolute. It's distracting.
I'm always in there with in moderator mode in case.
I just don't have enough room on the screens.
In case we get a jerk.
I like that. I'm glad be in there.
Because it's not the first time.
Nope. Well, probably not the last.
Katie from Facebook is says hi, Tim. Thanks for watching.
Getting on the old Facebook streaming was a solid idea. Just gotta know that they don't let you go longer than 8 hours.
So we're live on Facebook. What is the other?
YouTube and Twitch.
YouTube and Twitch.
Okay.
All right, we're ready.
I gotta follow you guys on Facebook.
Yep. Now we're there too. And so is my cousin apparently watching.
Tim's got a fan.
Yep. Yay. I have family watching. Woo! All right.
Means you gotta quit talking about them.
That's right. I can't talk about family tonight. Sorry. No. All right. Is everybody ready?
You wouldn't believe what he said about you guys.
All right. Everybody ready? All right. Marty?
Yep.
All right. 3, 2. Welcome to Nintendo Dads, episode 354, recorded on November 25th, 2021. On tonight's episode, with special guest David, Gaming Dad Reed, we discuss light gaming news, our Game Award thoughts and predictions, and a very important Zelda discussion. Jesse, you know what to do.
Hey everybody, you are listening to Nintendo Dads. It's episode 354. It is the 2nd of December, and that's right, I'm not dead. The rumors of my death been greatly exaggerated. I just went to Disney, and now my wallet's dead. So, yeah. I won't tell you how much
or Black Friday, one of the two.
I won't tell you guys how much we spent on food. So yeah.
Which one of your kids did you have?
I joked at $10 sodas and tell me how close. I joked about $10 sodas. Let me know how close that was.
They're not $10 sodas. They were $4.50 per bottle or purchase.
Which one of your kids had to do dishes there?
None.
To work off the debt.
I will tell you this. We had a meal there the last day we were there, and it was a hundo. Ooh. Yeah, for 4 people. That was after tip. We tipped very generously. The people there were incredible service, which you should expect when you pay that much to go on vacation. But we did everything that we wanted to do, which was super, super great. Rode every ride we wanted to. If you ever, awesome. Guys, can I say this? If you're a Star Wars fan, if you ever get the opportunity to go to Disney and you need to go straight to Hollywood Studios and straight to Rise of the Resistance.
Yep.
So good.
That's my goal.
Feels like you're in a movie. It really does. Yeah. So Ninfrendo asked us in the chat here. I want to address this very, very first thing. Was there Disney poutine? Absolutely Yes. We found a restaurant in Disney Springs called the Daily Poutine.
Yeah.
And stopped for poutine snack.
Nice.
And we had the Canadian poutine. They actually had different kinds of poutine from around the world. I didn't know that existed, but we had the Canadian poutine. And yes, Chris, we did stay on resort. We stayed at the Pop Century, which is the cheapest hotel that you can get there, because really all you're doing is sleeping. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. There's no reason. Like, I was walking around one day at the resort and I was like, why is there a playground here? Like, if I'm here, I'm not taking my kids to the playground and be like, get your butt out of bed. I paid for you a ticket.
Right.
Go over and get in the
big
park.
Playground in the back.
Right. And then there's like a swimming pool. And I'm like, no, we're not swimming. We're here to ride rides. By the end of the week, my kids were like, hey, just no, they weren't. My son and I, y'all, I'm not kidding. Here, can I be honest with you? Second day, Magic Kingdom, we walked 20,000 steps.
Oh yes, that's
20,000 steps. It was absolutely nuts, but so much fun. And I'm so glad to be back. So glad to see you guys. We're fresh off of celebrating Thanksgiving because we do it at the right time, unlike Canadians who do it on a Monday. Why would you have a holiday on a Monday where you eat a copious amount of food and then have to go back to work the next day? Just real quick around the horn here, I'm going to introduce everybody. Tim Off, you're with us tonight. Jesse Waldeck, you're with us. And again, David Reed, Gaming Dad, you're with us. I got to know this. We talked about this pre-show, David, before you came in, and I said, hold your answer. But we're going to settle a Thanksgiving quandary I have here. Thanksgiving, are you team turkey or are you team ham?
I'm team ham. But this year, I was team turkey. Because usually the turkey don't be right. But my wife did something. I don't know what some kind of voodoo, but that thing was delicious. And so we
so
turkey.
Are you saying you maybe now you're playing for the other team? You might be team turkey.
Hey, listen, I was a switch hitter this year. I was hitting them both.
All right, so you had the ham and the turkey.
I had the ham and the turkey.
Hey, come on.
Usually I'm a ham guy, but man, that turkey.
So did we. I will, full disclosure, but I'll get to mine here in just a minute. Tim, team turkey, team ham.
For Thanksgiving is team turkey.
Okay, that's assuming that probably for Christmas you say team ham.
Yes.
So you got to have a Christmas ham and a Thanksgiving turkey.
That's the usual order. Yes.
I got you. All right. Jesse, team turkey, team ham.
My normal answer is the same as Tim's, except for this year, since we only had 5 people at the house instead of 15, we decided instead of a turkey, we decided to go with duck, and that was awesome.
Oh,
that works too.
Ooh. Okay, come on. Was it smiling at you when it came out?
No, the face was just as removed as turkey faces are.
Okay. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Growing up, I was team ham. And the reason why is because we would always go to my grandmother's on my dad's side for Thanksgiving, like his mom. And she had a superpower, y'all. And her superpower was to pinpoint every bit of moisture in the bird and cook it out. All right. So you're sitting there like gnawing on some rubber that they call turkey, right? Dry, nasty, no seasonings. But then I married into my wife's family. And my father-in-law taught me the ways of the fried turkey, the deep fried turkey, where he got up early on Thanksgiving Day and injected a pound, y'all, of Creole butter and seasonings into the turkey, and then rubbed his special dry rub on the outside before putting it in the deep fryer.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. And you know what the best part about that turkey is day 2, the turkey sandwiches. Sandwiches. Oh my gosh. But my mom brought a ham. And the cool thing is that every year now for Thanksgiving, we host. And so both family, like we live with my in-law, my wife's family. So they're on one side of the house. We're on the other side. So my parents come down and we host everybody for Thanksgiving. Y'all, we had 25 people at our house for Thanksgiving. People were sitting on the porch. People were sitting at two tables. People were sitting at the sitting area we just built in our house.
Right.
That's a Thanksgiving right there.
Like, I'm not a Thanksgiving guy because, like, I'm like, name Thanksgiving songs. There's none. Nobody has a.
Marty, you're looking at it wrong. Thanksgiving is the warm up to Christmas. You're
right. I had seen it as the hurdle that you have to jump over to get to the good stuff.
You got the Adam Sandler song.
Oh right. Yeah, that's right. And you got the, actually, what's the one over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go? That's actually a Thanksgiving song.
Okay.
But anyway, long story short, Thanksgiving was great. I'm excited. We're coming up to Christmas, and also we're coming up to the Game Awards next week. And tonight's show is going to be heavy on content as we talk about the Game Awards, because, guys, guess what? The week after Thanksgiving, nobody had any news. Nobody. Like, we have a piece of news that we're going to call the new, and we're going to dive into that right now. So here we go. Our news is brought to us each and every week by you guys over at patreon.com/NintendoDads, where for as little as $1 a month, you can join in and be a part of the vibrant, amazing, fantastic community that we are building. And not just we, you are building over there. And man, I'm so excited. Can I make a confession about our community? I feel guilty sometimes about our community because, like, I will lose track of the Discord because so much is going on in there, and I will just shut it off because, like, I it gives me anxiety to dive back in. Like, I've lost my place. Like, I can't go back. I can't do so.
It's like an Animal Crossing village.
Yeah, it is kind of. So, like, if you're a patron of the show and you're in Discord and you're like, Marty never talks in there, understand that I have a very deep-seated anxiety about that. Please never mention it because I will profusely apologize to you. But I do see you. I hear you. I would love to be part of it. But, man, it's overwhelming to me. Sometimes, like, I'll look at it and I'm like, every channel is lit up. Oh, God.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
I get it. I mean, like, talk, enjoy, do all that. But that's why. But anyway, $1 a month gets you access to the Discord. $5 a month gets you all of the Discord channels. $10 a month gets you pre and post show audio, as well as a quarterly show art card. We just dropped one of these, by the way. If you're a $10 or $30 patron, you just got a sweet art card done by Adam Winter to the Megadads of Samus from Metroid Dread. It was really awesome. And then for $30, you get to be on the show. And don't ever feel bad for mentioning my name. That was just said in the chat. Don't do that. I will. I do read those. I have to find them. I feel so old when I open Discord. Anyway, you get over to Patreon.
Just be sure to add him so he gets a notification.
Yeah, at me. If you need me, it's like the bat signal. I have everything turned off except if somebody asks me.
Because every channel may have a white light on it. The ones that have the red light on it, then we know.
Also, the thing that kills me is, like, if somebody says add here, and then I'm going, where's my name? Where's my name? I sound neurotic. What is wrong with me? Anyway, what's wrong with you is if you haven't gone over to patreon.com/NintendoDads and signed up to be a part of our Patreon. We want to thank our two brand new patrons, Peter and Jacob. Thanks for joining in this week, guys. I know you've already jumped into the Discord. Thank you for that. And with that being said, I want to provide a little update on Extra Life. As you guys know, you helped us go way above and beyond our goal. It was fantastic, awesome. And if you donated, chances are some of you have won a prize. How many prizes are we giving away, Tim? What was in that spreadsheet? How many?
22 prizes.
22 prizes?
Yes.
What?
22.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Are you serious? Everything's in there, guys, from PDP prize packs that contain controllers and cases and Pixel Pals to one of our fans, one of our patrons, Bruce from Canada, made a handmade, hand-ground, hand-welded Triforce that he's going to send to you. Jesse's got flip grips he's sending out. Tim's got stuff. We've got prizes everywhere. 22 prizes we're giving away. And for those of you who won those, you will be contacted in the next week or so to confirm your address and get all that taken care of. Enjoy your prizes, and thank you so much for donating. You're awesome. We appreciate you. So know that those are going out, but I will remind you guys, just be patient with us. We are in the middle of a global shipping crisis.
Yes.
I ordered. Can I tell you how I know that? I'm a youth pastor. I ordered hoodies for my student ministry group in September. They still have not gotten here. All right.
Oof.
We ordered from the same company. We ordered t-shirts for my daughter's ballet troupe that they use to promote their show. The show is next weekend, like not this weekend, but next weekend. And the shirts are not here.
Yeah.
So, it's real. Like you can't find stuff. So,
right.
If we ship it and we say it's shipped, we'll try to get you a tracking number. But just know, last year we shipped some stuff, and this was when this was like the UPS or the United States Postal Service was clogged, and we had people didn't get their stuff till February. So, and we shipped it in December. So just know we're doing the best we can. And actually, for a lot of the prizes, I'm doing the best I can. They're all in a box over here behind me. And guys, y'all got to start doing some of this next year. It makes me
we'll figure
nervous.
it out next time.
It's a lot. So let's talk about the news. We do have a couple of news items, but not much. One of the things we do want to mention is if you are playing Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, and a lot of people are, the very last fighter adjustment update has been released. Version 13.0.1 is now available. This does not rule out further updates for like bug fixes or things like that, but this is the end of adjustments and content for Smash. This is coupled with the announcement that they are ending the spirit events and different things like that as well. So guys, you know what that means? They're working on the next one.
Everything's coming to a close.
That's what I think. They're working on the next one.
Got to get the next one ready for Switch Pro.
Yeah, my son said that 2 of his mains have actually gotten buffs from this. Where I was kind of expecting Sora to get a nerf. I haven't heard if that actually happened or not. But two of his favorites actually got buffed, so he's happy.
Who are his favorites? Who got buffed?
I honestly don't know, but I see him play. Like
I did
almost
see
every
that
character.
like Inkling got some move buffs and things like that. Incineroar,
nice.
I think got a buff as well, which well deserved because man, that character's hard to play. But
that
anyway,
one's fun to play though.
It is fun to play. I love it. So Smash, that update's out. Also updated this week, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl received an update to 1.1.2. And your Switch also received an update, a system stability update. I think it's 13.2.0.
Yep, that sounds
or something like that. That does absolutely nothing other than make sure it's good and stable for you as you play.
Yeah, my son knew that there was going to be a Pokemon patch coming because he demonstrated a Pokemon cloning glitch. I had him post a picture of one of his PC boxes in our Discord chat where he had like 20 Dialga.
Can he trade me one?
I'm sure he will. He'd be willing.
I think mine is the Palkia edition. So
maybe you have Pearl.
I have. No, my son has Pearl, so I have the Dialga edition. Is Dialga the purple one or the blue one?
I don't remember which one's which.
Yeah.
I know.
Anyway,
I know
I played an hour of that game. I got it while I was at Disney. Played an hour of it on the plane. Hadn't touched it.
I think Diamond you get Dialga first, and then you can get the other one during the post game, and then Pearl.
Oh, okay. Well, then no
Pearl
worries.
Are flipped.
No worries. Couple of release dates that we want to update. Disney Magical World 2 Enchanted Edition comes out on December 3rd, as well as Big Brain Academy Brain versus Brain, which looks to be a fun family puzzle game competition. And guys, it's only $30 for Big Brain Academy, so that seems like a win
I'm
for
picking
Christmas. What's that?
I'm picking it up for sure. Like,
Yeah,
the kids,
yeah,
they ready.
I really like. I played the demo and I liked what I played. It was more gamey than brain training, like
Right.
Dr. Kawashima's. So I really enjoyed that. And just keep in mind, Disney Magical World 2 Enchanted Edition is an updated port from the 3DS to the Switch.
Even though they're calling it Magical World 2, it's like I think it's like
it
the
is.
same.
It's the second game. It's the second game because
was it World 2 in the 3DS
yeah,
as well?
we had the first one, and my daughter was disappointed when she was younger because it didn't have Anna and Elsa in it. This one has Frozen content.
Right. That's right.
So they did Magical World 2 on the 3DS. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not an updated version. It's an enchanted edition, Marty. You got to get that straight.
Oh my gosh. Listen, they somehow enchanted a lot of money out of me for an entire week.
That's what they do.
They're good at it. They're
Yep.
really good at it. Also, breaking news right before we kind of came on tonight, a couple hours. This just came across our desk. The first update to the Nintendo 64 expansion pack app is coming December 10th. Paper Mario is coming to Nintendo 64 on the Switch. So all of you who complain about Paper Mario not being good anymore can go back and just play this one over and over and over again on Switch now.
Yes.
So I'm happy for
I
it.
like Paper Mario.
I plan on playing this one.
Oh, yeah.
What I'm a little upset about is, are they going to drip feed us one at a time?
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Because you know what? If they did that, they would run out of good Nintendo 64
I would
games
say,
in about 2
Week.
months.
And if they are doing that, that probably means that those 8 or 10 coming soon games
That's
are
it.
probably, or all of a sudden all we're getting.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a wrap.
Yep. That's it. That's it. Bets and wagers here on when we're getting Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh man.
It'll probably be the last one.
That's what I was thinking. It's going
Yeah.
to be the last one. They're going to
August next year.
squeeze it out of. Going to squeeze it out of you.
You want
It's
to play
gonna be on the
Banjo, you got to
anniversary.
continue
Next
the
year.
subscription next
Yep.
year.
The anniversary day, like it's like, hey guys, this is going to renew on September the 20th next year. Banjo-Kazooie will be out on September 22nd.
Yes. Yep. That's correct.
Right? I don't know. Like, are they gonna? Do you think there's any possibility at all? Like, as we would call it here in the South, a snowball's chance. Is there a snowball's chance in Hades that we're going to get GoldenEye on this?
I hope so. And you know what? I think we do have a small smidget of a chance because Nintendo did say like, hey, you know what? The prices, it's higher because we have to pay for these licenses. So we don't know all these licenses they're paying for. So that's still kind of a mystery. So I'm pulling for it.
I think they're having to pay for Glover.
Yeah.
They're having to pay for Glover.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow, that's a deep cut.
This is deep cut or Bubsy. Wasn't there a Bubsy 64?
It was.
They tried to bring him back. Tim, you think we're getting GoldenEye? Because I think you're a GoldenEye guy, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that was one of the main games I played with my friends.
Are we getting it?
I think there's more of a chance than we thought, than before. I mean, seeing Banjo there makes me think that we have more of a chance than if I didn't see Banjo there. If I didn't see Banjo there, then it would have been like, you're nuts. But
Bruno says he thinks we're getting Quest 64.
all the things that have come up that we all thought would never happen has been coming up. So it's like you can't say it will never happen because we saw crazy things that we thought would never happen.
Yeah.
So it's a possibility. Like David said, it's small, but hey, that could be the thing that they try to get people to stay on next year. Maybe Banjo.
Chris HL comments, there's a snowball's chance in Canada that we get GoldenEye.
That's a
He's
bigger
hopeful.
chance.
He's hopeful.
Yeah.
I think a
Yeah,
snowball
that's a
could
big
last
chance.
all year in Canada.
I think
I'm not sure.
Banjo is possible in the spring more than towards the end, I think.
Yeah, I think you think that like we're gonna get maybe like a 2-month gap between games because we just got the expansion pass and now
Oh, geez.
you know
I
it
hope
was like
not.
it was in October that we got the expansion pass. And then was it November?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was October.
It's October.
And now we're getting like six to 7 weeks later, we're getting the first game, Paper Mario.
But
So then that would naturally it would be February. So you're talking about that's getting toward the spring.
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's gonna be tough though. Because this from a game perspective, next year is loaded.
Stacked.
I mean, where do you plug it in without a game getting lost?
You just
But again, that's
like
you're looking at two different audiences though too.
yeah.
There's an
that's what I was gonna
audience
say.
who's about playing N64 are happy for this and will want to play it for nostalgia
They'll
reasons.
play it on the off time, like because I'll be honest with you, until Advance Wars moved to early next year, there wasn't a whole lot like coming out that really made me go, oh man, I'm excited for the Switch's library.
Yeah.
At least first party. So they dropped this game, they dropped Banjo, and Tim's right. There's going to be a whole different audience that's going to flip out over that because you're going to.
That's true.
And I'm telling you, they didn't show it, but they are going to do Donkey Kong 64. It's coming at some point. What would be really cool is if they're like, hey, Donkey Kong 64 just got like we're released, like here's when it's coming out, and it's coming out because we're doing a brand new Donkey Kong game. And
that presumes that they can know how to emulate the expansion pack.
Well, they can't emulate Fall,
and that's
who
probably the
knows?
other aspect we got to keep in mind is the game going to emulate well? So
At this point,
any of the
no.
games, that might be why we get a slow drip as well, because because of all the complaints from some of the other games, they're going to be like, okay, well, let's make sure we concentrate on one game to make sure it works in emulation.
What I would really like to see, Tim, and to that point is I would love to see there be an update to the N64 app when Paper Mario came out. That it's like we're addressing these concerns, right?
That's the hope.
Because it will update. It will have to update to include that game because it does every time.
But whether it updates the emulator itself or not is unknown.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unless there's a new technology along the way that comes up to where they switch over from the way they're doing it. And Marty, you're not going to like to hear this, but switch over from that to a cloud-based version that uses different technology.
Why would but let me say this, why would they need to do cloud for in Nintendo 64? If they do, that's a joke, man.
Right. Absolutely.
I'm sorry.
It would be.
Yeah. I'm not a cloud fan, but
it's because of what it was developed on. I mean, all of these older systems were developed with none of this in mind. None of this was in mind.
But another thing they could do is, certain emulators can emulate certain games better than others. There's no reason why they have to lock themselves into one emulator. They could pack in 2 or 3 different emulator builds, and each game will pick the one that works best for it.
You're not allowed to use it on your own, but we can.
Right.
Yeah, what Nintendo needs to do is hire these guys who are out here building these emulators and say, go to it, guys.
Yeah.
Go to it. Mm-hmm. We will give you a legit job. Go for it.
Which it sounds like they have been doing, or at least
honestly,
in some points.
Like I would feel like if I were Nintendo, I would be championing game preservation.
Yes.
Kind of like we did this week by sponsoring the what was it, Tim? The video game.
Yes, the Video Game Foundation, I believe it was.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we made a donation to them because we believe in the future of game preservation.
And that's why we get so angry about these games not working or not getting them.
Server shutting down. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And games coming out with a 12 gig day one patch that 20 years from now.
And this is why
they won't get like Pokemon.
Mr. Rural Internet here has been saying that you love your online games, but where's the substance when the server shuts down?
Mm-hmm.
We need a single player experience too. We need something there.
Yeah, and even though we're sponsoring the Video Game History Foundation, it's like, you know, for what they do and preserving all this stuff, it's also hoping that they can fight that battle for us to help gamers be able to play these games.
Yeah.
And to go back to them. So
one of the hardest parts of that battle is when some of the games that you've loved from yesteryear have a license attached to them.
Yeah. Oh.
You know, like, because let me raise a flag here on this one. There was a PS2 Transformers game that was based around Transformers Armada that was fantastic. There was a Transformers War for Cybertron and Fall for Cybertron that were fantastic.
Yes.
And where are they? Can't play them anymore. Can't find them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Unless you find the disc.
Thanks, Hasbro.
Yeah. And I mean, what do we got now? I mean, I'm sorry, guys. Transformers Battlegrounds was
terrible.
It was not good. Why is it so hard to make a Transformers game? It's not hard. Car turns into robot breaks stuff. There you go. Epic war between Autobots and Decepticons. It writes itself.
That's what the Jackbox Party rap battle is for.
Yes, that's right. That's the neat thing. Let's run down a few more of these releases here. Pac-Man Museum Plus is coming out because God knows none of us own Pac-Man already on Nintendo Switch. 14 Pac-Man games in one package: Pac-Man, Super Pac-Man, Pac-and-Pal, Pac-Land, Pac-Mania, Pac-Attack, Pac-in-Time, Pac-Man Arrangement, arcade version, Pac-Man Arrangement, console version, Pac-Man Championship Edition, Pac-Motos, okay, Pac-and-Roll Remix, Pac-Man Battle Royale, and Pac-Man 256. This is coming out, guess when, David? 2022. When everything's coming out, even Fall Guys has now been moved to 2022.
Right.
I am so sick and tired of delays. I just don't even want to hear about it anymore. Just like don't even update it. Just be like,
don't tell us you're going to bring the game out until you are
right.
like Nintendo, where you're like
Nintendo,
a few months
it's
away.
Gold. Hey, by the way, this game's coming. It's awesome. Boom. Be out in 2 months. There you go. I have a bone to pick with the Pac-Man Museum. Baby Pac-Man is not in it. It's not in it.
That would be awesome if they did. You get
Miss Pac-Man, not in it.
Pinball.
Ooh.
Well,
Miss Pac-Man's not in it.
Well, Miss Pac-Man I can understand because that technically isn't a Namco property. That was something Midway did, kind of behind, or someone did it. Someone did it behind the scenes, and he actually got sued for it. And then they did have a deal to keep it in distribution, but that's not. Miss Pac-Man isn't. It was originally a Pac-Man hack.
Yeah, look. I get it, but don't call it a museum if everything's not going to be there. Don't call it a Sonic collection or Genesis collection if you're not going to include Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Sonic and Knuckles.
That's right. Absolutely.
Come on.
No, because they need a collection too. You got to have other games for the second one to come out. So this is Pac-Man Museum Plus. Then you got to have Pac-Man Museum Plus 2.
Or Miss Pac-Man.
And it's just Miss Pac-Man and Baby Pac-Man. That's all it is. Expansion pack. It's kind of like how when they put out games, they're like, hey guys, remember these cool Disney games you used to play, Lion King and Aladdin? Here, have this package. And then a year later, they're like, hey, you want the Jungle Book too?
Or, hey, how about the Rescue Rangers? Oh, wait, you can't have that on the Switch.
You can have it on your NES Classic if you know how. Anyway, that is... Yeah, that's neither here nor there. We don't condone that here on Nintendo Dads. Speaking of Fall Guys being delayed, though, our last point of news here is Card Shark and Fire Girl Hack and Splash Rescue and Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout have all been delayed to 2022. Guys, can I make a prediction here? Fall Guys comes out in 2022 and it has all the impact of a wet fart.
It had its chance and the thing's already.
It had its chance. They missed it. They missed it big. The only way that they redeem it right now is if it comes out with super awesome Nintendo freebies, like Mario costumes and stuff. Yeah. And those aren't going to work on other systems, right?
Right. The other systems, they'll just look like plain beans on the other system.
Yeah. And, 5 people will be playing this when it comes out. So anyway,
Yeah, my kids haven't even stopped playing this one. They're on to
good
something else.
question here. Ninfrendo asked, "What's coming to Genesis on Nintendo Online?" Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Not even Sonic the Hedgehog 1. I don't know why. Like, why would you? I honestly, guys, I fully expect a Nintendo tweet at like 6 p.m. tomorrow and be like, "Here's 2 more games for Genesis." Just like off the cuff.
Or
I don't know.
There'll be Game Awards announcements.
That's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be. Well, guys, that's our news for this week, or new. We're going to take a break and hear from our sponsors, Gooder and Manscaped.
Support in Nintendo Dads is brought to you by Manscaped. Ho, 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 gentlemen. The holidays came early here at Manscaped, the leading men's hygiene brand. Manscaped is going beyond the groin with their ultra new premium body wash. It's infused with aloe vera and sea salt to keep your skin feeling clean, nice, and moisturized. And they also just launched their new 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner, which has key ingredients with benefits that include hydrating, nourishing, conditioning the scalp, strengthening your hair all at the same time. 'Tis the season, gentlemen, to load up on Manscaped products. So get yourself, your dad, your brother, your friend, your coworker, your neighbor across the street, I don't care, the best gift of all, the Manscaped Performance Package 4.0. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code NINDADS, NINDADS, at manscaped.com. Every guy out there needs to add Manscaped to their wish list this season. So hey, ladies, partners, mums, dads, you got that special person you got to buy a gift for? Go over to manscaped.com, Performance Package 4.0. That's what you do, all right? Get 20% off and free shipping with the code NINDADS, NINDADS, at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com, and use the code NINDADS, NINDADS. Clean up your nuts and make Santa proud this year. Next up, we're very excited to partner up and introduce the Nintendo Dads community to Gooder. Gooder thinks gaming is fun and your gear should be too. Gooder makes fun, affordable, and functional sunglasses that everyone can afford. Sunglasses for gamers? Why? Because gamers go outside too, all right? These sunglasses have no slip, no bounce, all polarization, all fun. And Gooder are 100% UV protected and 100% polarized. These gaming glasses, it's not just a game, Mom! It's not just a game! Have amazing names, just like It's Not Just a Game, and Blue Shades of Death. All right? We're all wearing gaming glasses over here at Nintendo Dads HQ from Gooder, and we absolutely love them. They're no blue light, and they're all fun. Your eyes are not tired and sore by the end of it. I'm going to tell you a true story. First time I got these glasses, I put them on, bang. Jump into a game of Fortnite, boom, boom. Battle Royale, boom. Victory Royale, boom. Am I saying that these glasses make you a better game player? Legally, I can't say that. I'm just showing you the facts of what happened. All right. I absolutely love my blue light blockers here from Gooder. Their frames are lightweight and they are comfortable to fit. Free US standard shipping on all orders over $50, 30-day free returns, 1-year warranty, 100% carbon neutral, and 1% for the planet. Also, probably the most important thing that you should be aware of. No wearer of Gooder sunglasses, and I'm going to suspect also the gaming glasses, has ever been attacked by a leopard. I'm just saying that. Who knows? As far as we know, it's true, but as of right now. So that's a good thing to know. If you have a fear of leopards, maybe buying these glasses is what you need. I don't know. Pick up your favorite Gooder Blue Mirage blue light blockers with some sick Gooder sunnies so that you're prepared for any setting you get your game on. If you want to support us and support the show, get a few pairs for you, your family, your friends, the neighbor across the street, whomever, your coworker, doesn't matter, right? They make great stocking stuffers and gifts. Perfect timing with the holidays just right around the corner. Get 15% off with the code NINDADS, NINDADS, at Gooder.com. That's 15% off plus free shipping with the code NINDADS, NINDADS, at Gooder, GOODR.com. Look good, game gooder. Back to you.
Thank you, Justin. You can't be on the show, but you can advertise. So that's really good. Really good. I just want to say I used my Gooder glasses the entire time that I was at Disney. They have been the best sunglasses I have ever owned in my life. And I was buying like $5, $10, $15 pairs from Walmart and losing them all the time. I love these glasses so much. It gives me the incentive to keep them. They did send over when they sent the package over to us, they did send a pair of sunglasses. They also sent the glasses that Tim's wearing. If you're watching us online, the blue shades of death, those are great to use if you're going to be in front of screen a lot. They definitely help. But I loved the glasses that I got so much that I wanted. There was an additional pair that I wanted, so I went back and bought my own. I love the name of these, the Electric Dinotopia Carnival. You know what? I was rolling down the street the other day, saw one of my friends rolled down the window. They were like, "Man, where'd you get those sweet sunglasses?" This is no joke. I'm not saying this just to sell them. Like, cause I mean, I don't get anything from it. They were like, "Man, those are sweet sunglasses." I was like, "Yes, they are." And they were like, "Where do you get them?" I said,
Yes, they are.
You can't buy them at Walmart,
Mm-hmm.
but you can use the code NINDADS, get 15% off. You can head over right now. And guys, I want to highlight one thing they're selling on their website right now that is really, really cool. Especially if you've got a large family, maybe you would want to buy for. They have a 6-pack called the Flock Stars 6-pack that's available right now on their website. $150 for 6 pairs of glasses. The 6-pack features Bosley's Basset Hound Dreams, Silverback Squat Mobility, Electric Dinotopia Carnival, Midnight Ramble at Circle Bar, Modern Day Snake Oil, and Pineapple Painkiller. And it says with every 6-pack, you get any Gooder glasses of your choosing for free. You add any pair of Gooder glasses to your cart with the pre-pack for an automatic discount. So if you use our code, not only do you get 15% off, but you get 7 pairs of glasses for the price of 6. Only $150. Those not only include sunglasses, but they include a pair of the gaming glasses as well. So cool. And you know what you could do? You could buy them and get them for your friends for Christmas. They would never know. And you would get a free pair of sunglasses out of it.
You know what?
6 gifts taken care of. Boom.
You know what? I was going to say something about Tim's glasses. I thought, man, Tim got some new glasses on. I think it look pretty sharp. Are those the gaming glasses?
Yeah, these are the blue blocker ones. The blue screen of death is what they're called. These ones particularly. Justin has a slightly different pair. It's, I think, the classic or whatever. But yeah, again, they sent us pairs to try out so we could talk about them. So unlike Marty, I haven't bought any yet, but the ones I did get, I got a sunglasses pair that I really like, and I got these. And when I tried them on, I actually, when I'm working all day on my computer, I put these on. I wear prescription glasses, but my prescription glasses are for nearsightedness. So I don't need them necessarily to look at my computer. So I can take those off.
Someone in our chat asked, can you get prescription Gooder glasses?
No.
And according to their website, you cannot. You can ask your optometrist if your prescription lenses work with their frames. But really the benefit of those glasses like Tim is wearing, you would want those frames anyway, or you would want those lenses for the
sunglasses that I have are the I forget the name of them, but they're the ones that have the solid piece going across, through it.
Me too. They're so good.
Yeah, they actually fit over my prescription glasses because I have they're wired and light, so they're small enough to fit underneath my glasses. So I've been able to use those over my prescription glasses. It looks ridiculous, of course, but I'm not looking to look cool, obviously, because I'm a dad. So I use them when I'm driving and put my sunglasses on over my prescription glasses. And
Speak for yourself, Tim. Speak for yourself.
Well, I can't be like you, Marty. I'm sorry.
Cool.
Yeah.
And failing on a daily basis.
I saw your Disney pictures. You look pretty cool with those glasses on.
I did. That was all the Disney magic. Guys, let's
especially with that lightsaber.
Right. Oh gosh, those lightsaber pictures were so cool. I prioritized my kids in those. They did the back-to-back shots and stuff, and they were like, "Do you want them?" And I was like, "No, I'll do my kids." because there was a line, but I wish I had gotten my individual ones too. Let's talk about an event coming up next week. The Game Awards 2021 will actually happen next week, right before we record. And we'll be bringing you live updates from there.
Well,
Actually, are we
not
going to
gonna
live stream?
Yeah, we're not going to have a normal show. We will be live reacting.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So we're going to be live reacting. That will be our show next week. We wanted to do just, I guess, like a pre-show kind of around the horn table talk about the Game Awards with some questions that Tim came up with, and kudos to Tim for coming up with this, because I was like, what are we going to talk about on the show tonight? There's like the Paper Mario thing hadn't happened yet, and it was like it's like literally no news. So he came
I did ask. I went to Nintendo. Hey, we need some news stuff, and they were only able to give me Paper Mario. So, at the last minute, you
should ask him for the Genesis thing too, man.
So yeah, I just said to give me Nintendo news,
right?
So that's Sega news.
Here's the first question we want to talk about tonight with the Game Awards. Game Awards also, I mean, like super important part of the Game Awards is the awards themselves, but also the other super important part is the world premieres, right? I mean, and I can think of some moments that have come out of Game Awards in the past that have been very Nintendo focused, very big bombshell moments for Nintendo. Game Awards was where Joker was announced as the first Smash DLC character. It was where Bayonetta 3 was announced. It was where that one game developer said F you live on TV and became like the guy they invite back every year. I don't know. That's
it was the Wii U Breath
Zelda
of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild was shown off for the first time at this. So I want to ask you guys, what are your world premiere predictions for the Game Awards? David, we're going to start with you, man. What do you think? What are we going to see?
Listen, I'm going big. I'm saying we're getting Metro Prime remake. We're getting a small snippet of the trailer. No Prime 4, but this Metro Prime. I think we get a trailer. I'm going big.
Nice. That's a good one.
Yeah. Mecha Dragon in the chat reminding us this is where the Xbox Series X was announced.
I forgot about that.
2 years ago as well.
Yeah.
So tons of stuff. Tim, what do you prediction world premiere? What are we gonna get?
See, I was on deck with the Metroid as well. So I think we will get a world premiere of God of War Ragnarok.
Okay.
That's
pretty safe, I think.
Yeah.
But also exciting.
Like, yes, because I'm looking forward to that.
I'm down with that. So. Jesse, what about you? World premiere.
I'm also going to go non-Nintendo. I think we're going to see more of Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. I've got two. And one of them is pretty obvious. I think one of them is not. Let's go obvious first. No, let's not go. Let's go non-obvious first.
Okay.
I think that we are going to see some kind of teaser / trailer for the next Monster Hunter game.
Oh,
yeah.
Already? We just had two.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
For
is
the other systems?
I think it's going to be for other systems.
Okay.
I think it's going to be like Monster Hunter World was.
You need to get you need to get those ray tracing reflections on the scales.
That's right. The other thing is I really do think, guys, that we are going to get a release date for Breath of the Wild 2.
Ooh.
Are we going to get a title with it?
A title and a release date. Yes.
You think that will come with the video?
Let me temper that with this. I think we're going to get a quarter release date or a month release date, but not a day.
I think if it's before E3, yes. I think if it's not, no. And we'll see that at E3.
Yeah.
So
I agree with that. Any other predictions you guys have or hopes shoot the moon. I mean, but that's the fun of this is we have no clue what's going to happen. So,
all right, Reggie Fils-Aimé announces Game of the Year, and it's Metroid.
okay.
Yeah, I'm going with that.
Okay.
That's my hope. That would be,
now can I ask you this?
Yeah.
Is Metroid Dread Game of the Year a hope, or you believe that's going to happen?
it's a hope because Deathloop is really good. And a lot of, if you look at Deathloop scores and what they've been saying about this game, I mean, to me, that's the only game on that list that can knock it off.
Can I tell you what another game on that list is? It's really dang good, and I have to admit it.
Oh, that's
is Guardians of the Galaxy is insanely good.
Yeah, listen.
And I didn't think they could do it because Marvel's Avengers is so god awful bad.
Mhm.
But man, they have redeemed every bit of it in 4 chapters of Guardians of the Galaxy that I've played. I took a $25 chance on it for PS5. It's the most fun. It's the most fun I've had with a video game since Dread came out.
See, my only thing is I think that Metroid Dread, because of its pedigree, I guess, it's how long of a series it's been, how long it's been out, how much of an impact the series has done. Not necessarily this game, but I think the industry is going to vote for Metroid Dread more so than the other games.
Who votes for these awards? Who?
Industry.
Is it industry people?
Yes. The fans get a smaller vote. I think, Jesse, you were mentioning this before. The fans get a smaller vote, but the industry.
I'm presuming it's something like this. Like all the fans vote, and then the winners is one vote of their many of the industry votes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we are a very small voice when it comes to this.
Do you think there's going to be like I remember watching this last year, guys, and quite honestly being disappointed because it seemed like there was not that much directed at Nintendo. Do you think that they're going to have a larger presence? Do you think there's going to be more for Switch this year, seeing the sales that it's put up in the last year even?
I don't think Nintendo does want maybe one huge thing, and then that's it. We don't get anything else. And that's only if they have something up their sleeve. I mean, it's worse when they do the one thing and then the following year or years, there's nothing.
It's gonna be Cranky Kong coming to Mario Kart Tour, isn't it?
It's ridiculous. I mean, we'll get commercials and all that kind of stuff for stuff that's coming out, and I understand. It's always disappointing.
Like, here's the thing: I understand that Nintendo wants to point people to the Direct, like they want that to be their vehicle. But what they've got to understand now is, everybody's doing a Direct now. Yeah. Everybody's doing that. PlayStation's doing State of Play. Xbox is doing video updates too. So you've got to come to the video game awards.
It depends on the game, though.
Something big.
It depends on that game, though, for sure. So, like, they did the Zelda thing before. So I wouldn't put them past them to do the Zelda announcement. Here's the game. Here's the trailer, because they did say they were going to do something else this year, right? So
did they?
They did. They said there'd be more announcements this year, I thought, at one of the Directs. And we haven't had it yet.
Okay. All right. Well, then, unless there's a Direct before the end of the year, it's going to be at this. It's going to be the Breath of the Wild release date. Or at minimum, it's going to be the title. But here's the thing. The game has been in development long enough. We're 5 years in. At this point, Nintendo, if somebody's listening to this, and not that it would influence anything at all, but I'm saying this, people need more than a name, than a title at this point.
I think there will be a world premiere.
It's time for a release date.
I think there's a world premiere video of what's going to be coming, but again, it's going to be a Nintendo's Direct that we'll get a date for. I don't think we'll get a hard date.
Jesse, I want to call attention to something that you were to some responses you're doling out in the chat right here. Our good friends from the Snack Network. By the way, if you have not been watching Justin over on the Snack Network, or even watching the guys from the Snack Network at all, what are you doing with your life? You can, you can vicariously experience food. That sells itself. Snack Network says this. He says the awards don't matter. It's just commercials. Jesse says this, which Mecha Dragon replies, "Can I remind you, dads, that this is an award show first and then a bootleg E3?" And Jesse says, "I'll disagree." Mr. Waldak, we're going to give the floor to you. And so, what is your word here?
If they want to be an award show, then announce all the awards on the show.
Yeah.
You know they don't do that. They give away 5 of them before the show even starts. And then they'll say, oh, okay, they'll do like one big award. Let's say, Metroid Prime wins something, in 2 years from now. And then they'll say very fast, it also wins this. It's like they didn't even get the glory of being called 4 times.
While we were showing you all these commercials, we gave away all these other awards as well.
Right. So if it wants to be an award show, be an award show. It's right now. It has a history of not.
It's
really
a big commercial.
Being an award show.
Can we just be honest? It's a big commercial for the video game industry.
I agree with that, and I've always said it that way. I still want to watch it because I want to know what's announced. I normally don't really care about who wins what.
Then Friendo says Dragalia Lost comes to the Switch. If that's,
I think that's funny. I like that.
I'm out. I've done that. I played Dragalia Lost for all of 5 minutes when they did the Mega Man crossover event and was like, this is, oh God, it's terrible. I've got to delete this off my phone.
So let me ask you a question. So what is the big game that Jeff Keighley is supposedly been working with this particular company for 2.5 years? What is that game?
It's Death Stranding 2.
It's got to be something Kojima.
Can I be honest with you? I'm gonna say this, and I'm probably gonna make some listeners mad, and it's okay because I'm I've already made people on Twitter mad today. It's okay. Here it is. I wish people would stop peeing their pants every time Hideo Kojima walks in a room.
Right?
His games are garbage. I said it. It's done. I played Metal Gear Solid. I didn't understand any of it. They're terrible.
What?
I
disagree.
I don't care. Go ahead.
I disagree.
I would rather play.
I agree
with
Marty. I agree with that. People don't need to pee their pants over anybody. You don't need to do that over anybody. Yeah, you can like them and stuff and think they're cool and do good work and stuff like that, but you don't need to, lose your freaking mind over what they do. Just be a fan.
Yeah.
But I disagree. I mean, have your opinion. You don't like them, great. That's great. Awesome. You don't like them.
Okay,
I like them.
Thank you.
I like them.
I do not like. Here's the thing: if those are your game of choice, if that's your cup of tea, great.
Yeah.
I just every time something from Hideo Kojima comes on the screen, I go to sleep.
Listen, okay.
I went to sleep on Death stupidly convoluted. I thought Death Stranding looked extremely boring, and completely I'm like.
Yeah, they're not meant to grab you by looking at them, other than
then Jeff Keighley's in the game. Jeff Keighley's in the game, and they've given all this time to it on the Game Awards. Anyway,
but the game, it's the story element and the how out there they've been getting to is what's grabbing people about wanting to play them. So
okay,
and it may not be your cup of tea, obviously, because the Metal Gear games started getting honestly, a little crazier too as time went on.
Sneaking games in general are not my cup of tea. I don't like sneaking around.
Yeah, I like the story. I like how he does the stories
with a rocket launcher. Give me that.
Yeah. And that's not your cup of tea, like you said, but I do like the story elements, and I actually do like sneaking around and stuff like that, and sniping people and all, or killing them from Let
me give you another example. I played Dishonored on Xbox.
Yeah, hiding in a box, jumping out.
Like is Dishonored the one where you're like a thief and you can like hide and kill people and stuff?
I think
that was not fun to me because I would think that I was hidden, and then they would be like, "Hey," and the game over. Dumb.
Epistory says it's the Jeff's Award Game Simulator.
It's a new PSVR title, a video game award simulator. You just stand around for 3 hours going, here's a world premiere.
That's right.
You get to
and the numbers. The numbers
Tim,
is how
Tim,
he scores.
I'm sorry if I'm sorry if you felt attacked or offended by them. I'm sorry.
I
if
was
anybody
not. I did not
felt-
feel. That's. I'm just saying.
Like,
I'm trying to
can I be
balance
honest
it.
with you? Like, here's the thing. I think shock. I think the same thing about all video game developers. Okay, like
Yes. That's why I
they're
said I wasn't just talking about developers either.
They're
I'm talking about everybody.
People. They're just people, and like enjoy their stuff, enjoy their work. But gosh, like, do you know how like I just like I tune out if somebody's like up next from Kojima Games.
Right.
I'm out.
So Marty, let me say this. All of your opinions that you've been saying, I think the biggest thing is when you're saying you're going to make some people mad. That's not the thing what you're trying to do. It's just you're just sharing your opinion about it. And there are people who are going to get mad and offended, but they also have to learn how to say, okay, hey, this person doesn't like it. I like it.
Right.
That's right.
But I'm not offended by what you were saying.
I am trying to like, I'm 41 years old. I'm trying to learn that in my life. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean it doesn't need to exist.
Like a dragon says,
Right?
except Suda, he's precious.
See, played No More Heroes and No More Heroes 3, and just don't get it, guys. I don't get it. Let me ask you this. Let's transition, talk about this. Do you think that this year's awards are more important than the other years, are less important than the other years, or just about the same? Like, again,
I think I already answered that question.
We just talked about the fact that they're a big video game commercial. But with a year like this year, 2021 in particular, has shown the impact of the pandemic on the video game industry. I think way better than 2020 did. And then 2022 is going to show the impact too, because it's going to be like everything's going to just deluge. It's going to all come out at once because people got to go back to work and stuff. But this year has really been I think a show of like, like we've seen delay after delay after delay after delay, or bomb. Like, Grand Theft Auto Definitive Package was such a garbage fire. Cyberpunk was a dumpster fire. I mean, it's just been disappointment after disappointment after delay after delay.
And yet it still got a nomination.
Right.
Is this important or more important than it has been or not? What do you think, David?
I don't think so. Only reason I don't think so, because I just look at the state of the games, from a Nintendo perspective. Nintendo is stacked. I mean, do you look at the games that's coming out next year for Nintendo? I mean, they really don't need that push. I think companies like Microsoft and Sony, they got to do something, because no games is really coming out for their systems. So I think it might be more important for those two companies than it is for Nintendo. But Nintendo's not. One thing that I think they've learned their lesson from the Wii U and the Wii. They got to keep momentum. So I'm excited to see them do something big at this Game Awards, because you just can't turn down the potential of millions of people watching one show. You got to put your best foot forward. And I don't think Nintendo's just going.
If they have something, they will put it out there, like Legend of Zelda. They will do that big because that's the audience for it. Again, it depends on the game. Exactly. They're not going to put Brain Age or Brain Academy. They might do a commercial. Don't get me wrong. They'll do a commercial for it like they usually do, that because it's coming out or it's already out, by that time. So, but it depends on the game that they want to promote a world premiere for, like Zelda. And that's why I've been disappointed in years when I was hoping to see the more mature games for Nintendo to show up there, like your prediction of a Metroid Prime remake. That if that comes, that would blow my mind, obviously, because I'm a Metroid fan. So I'll take that and I'll be excited for that. But not everybody else is going to be. They're just going to be like, okay, Prime, where's Legend of Zelda? Or where's Metroid Prime 4? Everybody wants that new thing. There'll be some excitement.
Gone are the days of it being Cranky Kong, right? I mean, I think they learned a huge lesson from that. I think they learned a huge lesson of managing expectations, but also what counts as big news, right? And so I think they're a little more savvy now.
But like you said, with the amount of people watching it more and more every year too, maybe Nintendo does do something different where I'm not suggesting they're going to do this, but they announce a Odyssey 2 there.
I would be, majorly on board with that.
So, I mean, it's possible. It's always a possibility, but it's because of the amount of people there, they could announce that. And maybe the other thing is the Splatoon 3 game, trailer. Yeah. That again, this is the audience for that type of game.
I think that we look at it like this is Zelda's 35th, so we're kind of expecting something Zelda related, right? But think about this, guys, how long it's been, legitimately, how long it's been since there has been a announcement regarding Mario or even Mario Kart. Think about how long that has been.
That's not the mobile app.
That's not a mobile app. That is a console game. I mean, yes, Mario 3D All-Stars, fantastic. Favorite Mario game of all time. It's great. But it was not a full mainline Mario game. We've not had a mainline full-on Mario release since 2017. We're 5 years in. Even to just tease it for it's coming in 2022. I'm telling you, if Nintendo hit 2022 with a double punch of Breath of the Wild 2 and Odyssey 2, oh my gosh.
A repeat of 2017, yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, it's like I said, it could happen. It's just, it seems like Nintendo's been trying to hold back on everything. And it may be because they don't have it.
Trying to hold back or having to?
Maybe having to because of, the pandemic and stuff has hit a lot of people hard. But you're right. They've been quiet for 5 years. The main team, not too. I don't know if they worked on something else because of that. I always get the in-house teams mixed up and all that kind of stuff. I can't keep it all straight.
I guess
but
if you look at it as like it's my turn, there's a lot of games that are it's their turn. Like there's a lot of IP that it's their turn. Mario Kart, heck, even Luigi's Mansion. Like
Zero says hi.
Another what?
F-Zero says hi.
That look, that has been snapped out of existence like Thanos, man. It's crumbled in the wind. There is no more.
Right.
Whose turn it really is a sushi striker. Hadn't had one of those. Do you guys
Sushi Striker 2?
Do you guys feel like, I mean, are you gonna kind of agree with David here? Is this not as important or just as important or what? What do you think?
Well, the words themselves, I don't think are any more important than previous years. What I think what kind of is important is the fact that he's doing stage show again. And we'll want to keep an eye if 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, to hear if this ends up being some sort of super spreader of something serious or just the normal, mild case of nerd flu. I think that's kind of the thing we want to watch for. By the end of the year.
It's an experiment on the nerds.
Something like that.
Gotcha. Okay.
I agree. It's important in regards to people trying to get back together to do these type of things. But I also think, sorry.
In order to be in this stage in the theater, you are supposed to be fully immunized. Whether or not people are telling the truth, I don't know. I don't know if they're checking cards or just going on faith.
They lied in the NFL, man.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But in fact, I don't think I've said this before, but I got an invite to go to this show.
I did too.
They gave it so I got it like
not enough time.
Less than 2 weeks ago. That's too late to start planning travel. Because if I did, that would have been a $600 flight. I'm like, no. Pass. I would have loved to have gone. That would have been fun.
We need a few
I would have
more
needed to
Patreons
know
before
about
that
this.
happens.
I would have needed to have known about this in July.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It was
Absolutely.
definitely short notice. But
Absolutely.
yeah, I agree with the importance of it being live is cool and all that kind of stuff. And then seeing what happens after that is going to be interesting. But I always think the Game Awards are important because of the amount of every year we've seen the viewership go up.
Mhm.
And because of that, it's a great impact for these, what the big three do, along with all the companies that support the big three companies. So as far as, Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft go.
Well,
So
you got June E3 and you got December E3. It's
Yep.
kind of the way.
And
it
I'm
is
fine
now,
with
you
that.
know?
I'm
Yeah.
fine with that. It gives me something to look forward to see. And even if it is something to where it's all world premieres about games that'll come out 5 years later, I don't care. It's still fun.
Yeah. It's like the Xbox Series X is coming. Well, for some people, it's still showing,
coming.
still coming. Still can't find them. Yeah, how crazy is that, y'all?
Right.
But you've got a next gen system that's out, 2 of them, and people still cannot find these. How crazy is that? Like, it's still random lotteries, and this is, I mean, maybe we could have talked about this. I don't want to spend too much time on it, but I don't know if you guys saw this. It's the Senate, the U.S. Senate is going to propose a bill or a law that bans scalper bots from being used to go in and buy up video games and shoes and all. And I'm like, I'm all for that.
I'm all for that.
Absolutely. If if retailers won't do it, then let's do it another way.
I'm actually surprised that they care.
Some senator couldn't
Well,
get
you
their
know
kid
why they care
a
is because
PS5.
somebody's kid can't get a PS5.
Yeah.
That's why.
I completely believe that. Yes.
Somebody's kids Veruca assaulting them. Like, Daddy,
For Black
I
Friday,
want a PS5.
for Black Friday, our store got 12 PS5s, but how GameStop did it, they put it all into a big bundle. That bundle was $790.
I'll tell you, like about a month and a half ago, I've got one of my former students. He reached out to me and he's like, dude, how can you help me get a PS5? I finally worked up enough money. Can you help me? And I said, sure, I will do what I can. And that week, it just so happened that GameStop was selling them to bundles and pro members only.
Mm-hmm.
You get the bundle. The bundle he ended up having to buy was $850.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like, well, that was after tax, but it was like the system, an extra controller, $100 in PS store credit, Ghost of Tsushima and NBA 2K, and maybe like a headset. It was nuts.
Yeah.
Well,
Micah says, don't get me started with what Best Buy is doing.
Yeah.
And I was just about to bring that up too.
Yeah, with their
Best Buy, you got to
thing.
pay the $200 Total Tech membership. In fact, I had a parent reach out to me here in my church real recently and say, look, all my son wants for Christmas is an OLED Nintendo Switch. What do you recommend? And I was like, go to GameStop and sign up for a pro membership, or go to a Best Buy and sign up for a Total Tech membership. That's about the only way you're going to get them this Christmas. Because the shipping, you add the shipping crisis on top of the fact that systems are traditionally hard to get around Christmas anyway, no matter what.
Manufacturing crisis.
Yeah. So now, like, I'm going in Walmart every day to look for a Switch OLED because her kid he's a special needs kid, and I'm trying to help him out. But like, man,
Hey,
I'm
Marty,
so glad I got my OLED when I got it, because you can't find them now.
Hey, Marty, if you really serious about that, man, I know our store, we just got in 6 OLEDs, and I can get my hand on one. You just let me know.
Let me talk to you.
I can
after
get a
the
hand
show.
on it, and
let me talk to you
we can
after
work
the
it out.
show.
I can ship it out to you.
Look at there, Gaming Dan coming.
There you go.
That's right.
Bing, bang, bang.
So let me mention this, and because Gaming Dad's here, he might be able to validate this or whatever. But in regards to what my daughter had to go through for a PS5, she also had to buy the bundle. But we found out that the games that she didn't want, as long as she didn't open them, we were able to go back into the store and trade them in because we had the receipt.
Yeah.
And we could go in and trade them for a game she actually wanted, not what was in the bundle.
Yep. As long as you ain't open them, they'll give you full store credit for it.
Ooh.
And she was also able to, because it also came with the extra white controller, she was able to trade that in and put that towards the red controller.
Absolutely.
That's nice.
So,
I'm glad. So Tim, what you're saying is I need to ship your copy of Returnal to you.
I still can't. I'm not pressed to get a PS5 because I've came to the fact that, okay, if I can't get it, if I have to jump through all these hoops to get it, I don't even have time to get it right now anyways, because I'm moving and stuff. So it's not a big deal.
I got you.
But I'm on pretty much left it up to when Sony does their revision of the PS5. That's probably when I'll get one.
The PS5 Mini.
The PS5 Pro.
Yeah. You know, can I, as an aside here, I'm just going to skid over here. That PlayStation filed a lawsuit against D Brand, who makes the skins, that stick to, like you can buy like the skins that like you put on your systems and stuff to make them be a different color. I bought their Animal Crossing one. Like you have to put it on and you have to you have to heat it up with a hair dryer and it like kind of shrinks to the Joy-Con, sticks to it.
Yeah.
They filed a lawsuit. Sony filed a lawsuit against D Brand because D Brand was actually selling PS5 shells, like the panels. They were selling those and like the actual plastic panels.
Yeah.
As black, they were selling black ones, and Sony sued them for that, and then went to the U.S. Patent Office and like locked down the patent for the panels, like the point on the panels. They locked that down until like 2035. And I'm like, guys, people can't even get your dadgum systems.
Right.
What the ever loving flarp? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, if people want a black one, if they're lucky enough to have one, they want a black one. God, we're in the middle of a pandemic. Let them have some joy. So you know what D Brand did? I love this. They changed the shape of the panels and sold them anyway.
Right.
I love it. I wanted to do it black, but now that the OLEDs come out and my Switch is white, then I'm cool with that. Like,
right.
You know what? I have a theory, and David, you can back me up on this. Working gaming retail, as long as there's a different variant color of a system, I'm always going to want that one more than the one I have.
Listen, that's the other thing too.
Someone traded in a blue Switch Lite, and I don't need a Switch Lite.
You talking about the dark blue one? the blurple?
The blurple.
Yes, the blurple.
Oh yeah.
And it looks so great in my hands. I just really wanted to say, oh man, maybe I can. I said, no, let me put this thing back.
Put it away.
I don't need that right now.
That's how I felt about the.
Get behind me, Satan.
That's how I felt about the God of War PS4 when that came out, and I was like, I already got a PS4.
You know what you got to say in those situations, Tim, when it's the same look, but it's like, see, it's different if it's like a regular Switch and an OLED and then the light, because it feels different. If it's just like that, you just got to say to yourself, here's the mantra I've used. It's just stickers. It's just a sticker.
Well, but man, it looked nice.
I normally don't fall for those and don't care about them, but the one that I really wanted to, but I didn't, was the Zelda Wii U when the Wind Waker came out.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, I really wanted that, but I wasn't going to buy a second Wii U.
You know what my favorite variant console of all time though is when they had the DS Lite, the original DS Lite, and they did the Zelda version that was like gold. It had the Triforce
I sprung for that
corner. All of it was gold. The stylus was gold.
Yep.
I bought it. I don't care.
Well, you also, if you got the game, I think it was with the game, you got the free stylus that matched the game. Like it was the wing stylus.
The game was either Phantom Hourglass or Spirit Tracks. So like it looked like a little feather.
Yeah.
Didn't it? Yeah.
I had the feather. I did have the feather one.
Feather,
I think that was
cool.
I think that was Phantom Hourglass.
I'd love to see those games remade.
So,
right.
Speaking of Zelda, this is a great segue. This week, a tweet popped up and kind of took over my Twitter feed for a couple of days. I don't know about you guys, but it was basically the tweet formula was something along the lines of first Zelda, last Zelda, best Zelda, worst Zelda, best original soundtrack, and most played Zelda. And so I thought we would kind of go around the horn here and talk about that, like fill that in for each of us and kind of discuss that. I'll go first, and then you guys can do yours, and we'll talk about First Zelda for me, Legend of Zelda, the original NES Legend of Zelda, gold cartridge.
Old cartridge.
Oh, last Zelda I played, Zelda 2, beat it on the Zelda Game and Watch thanks to the trick. And really, it's the trick is you hold the A button starting the game and you get full stats and 8 lives. And that's really the only reason I beat it was because I had the 8 lives. It wasn't because in the end game, by the time you get to the Golden Palace, like Jesse said, it's just as hard as
you should have those stats anyway.
Yeah.
And in fact, it's
best
still
Zelda-
possible to miss a heart or a magic container, so you could have been under leveled.
That's true. I may have been. Best Zelda for me is a tie between Wind Waker and Link to the Past. Those two are my favorites. Worst Zelda, Majora's Mask. Come at me, bro. Best original soundtrack is Ocarina of Time. I still remember the way that they weave music into that game is brilliant. And then most played Zelda is Link to the Past. I typically, the week after Christmas, I'm off for that week, and I typically do 100% run of Link to the Past just because it's my favorite one. I guess, and the thing is it's more accessible to me because I have it on 3DS and now on the Switch than I did for Wind Waker on the Wii U.
Right.
So I'm just not able to get to that, or it would be I need to replay Wind Waker. I'm sitting there looking at my Wii U right now. It's sitting there on my desk. I need to take it home and I need to play that because I don't think they're ever coming to Switch. I don't think it's hitting Twilight Princess. I don't think it's going to happen. So David, you're up. First Zelda.
Right. Listen, first Zelda is the gold cartridge. NES. Hands down. When you had to be a really, really, really focused and avid gamer to beat that game back in that day with no books and no YouTube or anything like that.
Probably because it was the only game you could play. It's the only one you had until your parents or you got the money to buy the next game.
I didn't beat the original Legend of Zelda until I was in college.
Oh man!
And had a walkthrough because if you don't know what you're doing for some of those dungeons, where are you going to find them? Go and use the candle on this bush on this screen 7 rows down. Like, really?
And then the second quest dungeons can get even worse because there are some walls that you don't explode bombs, but you actually have to kind of phase through them.
Oh my God.
And some of them are one way. You can go east, but you can't go back west. So
nope. What's your last Zelda, David?
Last Zelda is I'm still playing Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
I just went back and I'm going through my second playthrough. And it's definitely my most played. I can answer that one and say it.
Okay.
Hands down.
Right.
What about best Zelda?
Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild. It's just a clean slate.
Here we go. Where's Zelda?
Worst.
Skyward Sword.
Worst.
Skyward Sword.
Skyward
Okay.
Sword,
okay.
Listen, I'm trying. Listen, I just recently bought it over the. Cause I waited. I just recently bought it over Black Friday, and I'm gonna give it another chance. But one thing I didn't like about it, the controls. I was just weak. I was out of that. I was like, all right, man.
When it first came out on the Wii, I was like, no. And I don't know if you heard the story. What happened with me was I got to the second time you're in the desert, and my Wii's disc drive went out. It stopped spinning discs. So when I sent it to Nintendo for them to fix it, they wiped it. Oh. And so when it came back, I was like, I'm not doing all that again. Forget it. So there you go. Yeah. What about best soundtrack?
Oh, it's Ocarina of Time. Hands down.
Yeah.
I can call Ocarina of Time right now. I'll find a YouTube channel that plays all the music and just go to sleep.
Yeah. Hey, that original, like the title screen music.
Yes.
Somebody has done there's an album on it's on Spotify, it's on streaming, it's Spotify and Apple. It's called Zelda and Chill.
Yeah. Oh,
you need to check this out. It's lo-fi and a lot of it's Ocarina of Time, and it's so good.
It's cool.
Listen, I didn't know that. I didn't know that it was like that popular. I was making some music for a video, And I played that YouTube's like strike, get down, strike my video down so quick. I said, man,
Yeah.
I didn't know it was that popular, but I guess it is.
Yeah,
I
it
enjoyed
absolutely is. They will look, and it doesn't even have to be popular music. They'll just
Right.
Jesse knows about that. I mean, you ought to see some of our chats we have sometimes about copyright.
Yeah, if a music studio thinks they have a right to it, it'll get cut.
Yeah.
Yep.
Even if it's
Absolutely.
garbage.
Absolutely.
That was the early days of YouTube. I learned my lesson.
So Jesse, let's go to you next. What's first Zelda?
NES Zelda 1.
Okay.
Last one, Skyward Sword.
Best?
The best one, I would say Wind Waker. Because Breath of the Wild I liked, but it's a game I never want to play again.
I kind of feel the same way. Like
I'm not going to have the same enjoyment. The enjoyment of it is playing it the first time through. Where Wind Waker, I can play. I can play that again.
Yeah. What about worst?
I think the Oracle games, mainly because they are the only ones I haven't yet finished.
Gotcha.
Majora would have been on that list, but when they came out when the 3DS version came out, I did finish that.
I have it on 3DS, and I got about one dungeon in. Maybe I need to give it another. Maybe I need to give it another go.
I was actually able to 100% it. I had the Fierce Deity mask at the end, and it just wrecks house.
You know what? I may forego my my Link to the Past playthrough this year and make it Majora's Mask, because I've got it on 3DS still. I just need to dig it out. What about for you? Best soundtrack?
I'm actually gonna say the Famicom version of Zelda 2.
Okay.
I say the Famicom version specifically because
dude, that's got some bangers on it. Like,
because it uses the Famicom disk system. The original Zelda was disk system as well, so it adds an additional voice channel, and it had more dynamic qualities.
I will say this: if you have the Game & Watch, if y'all have got the Zelda Game & Watch, go check, because you can swap back and forth between the English and Japanese versions of those. Like for the Zelda, even for like the beginning where it fades out and it does the story on the title screen of Legend of Zelda, makes a huge difference.
Yeah, it is awesome.
It's very good. Yeah. What about you though? But most played Zelda?
I'd say Breath of the Wild, just because it's so damn long. If I take that out, I would probably say Zelda 2 is the game I've played the most often.
I'm gonna say this, just because I posted about beating Zelda 2, and some folks came out of the woodwork and told me, like, we did this when I was a kid. If you can beat Zelda 2 without cheats, my hat is off to you. You're superior in gaming to me, because that game frustrates me to no end. The enemies have no pattern. They absolutely do not. The game is witchcraft. It's
I just remembered the last Zelda I played is that Zelda 2 hack that I played last month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Amita's Curse or something like that.
Yeah.
So
I got you.
So if you don't want to count that, then Skyward Sword.
Okay. All right, Tim, what about you? First Zelda?
It'd be Link to the Past. That was my first one.
Good choice.
That's what got me in love with the Zelda games.
Last Zelda
is Breath of the Wild, because I jumped back into that as well.
Okay.
Because I unlike David here, it is not my second playthrough. I'm still trying to beat the doggone thing.
Can't beat it yet, David.
I have not beat it yet. No, it's because I play it differently. It's not because I didn't want to beat it. It's just I take my time, and I get and also get sidetracked with all.
It's so easy to get sidetracked.
So easy.
So I'm just like, I'm having fun the way I like the game, and that's exploring. And then when I'm exploring and come across something, then I take care of it.
Well, tell you, we're not going to shame you for having fun. I'm going to tell you that.
Yes. But I did jump back into it. So it is the last one I've been playing.
Your best Zelda?
Right now, it's my number one game on my Zelda list, and that's Link to the Past.
Okay. Worst?
And it's probably nostalgia, because that was the first Zelda game I ever beat. But but I'm going with it. Now, the worst Zelda game, you know how you like to say, Marty, how, you're going to get hate or whatever on this, but it's a tie between two, and that's the first and second Zeldas.
Okay.
Because I can never get into those games. Those weren't my first. Yes, they came out but I didn't have a Nintendo. My friends had it. I watched them play it and didn't get it when I watched them play. And then whenever I've tried to go back to them, even just like the first Metroid, I've talked about this before, even the first Metroid, I can't go back to the first Metroid and try to play that my first Metroids
even
were
Zero Mission?
Zero Mission, no. I love Zero Mission. I love that game, and I'm glad they came out with that game. But that's how I've been able to play the first Metroid.
Like I played the original Zelda and Zelda 2 earlier this year, but I had to have maps with me. I can't play those without maps because
that's what I'm hoping for, is to be able to use the book that Phil came out with.
You know what I really love about that Zelda guide that Phil did is that it does not tell you what's coming. It does it in a way that doesn't spoil it completely. It doesn't hold your hand, but it doesn't spoil it, but it tells you what you need to know. Tim, that thing, what you said about the original Zelda, is the exact reason that I believe that Nintendo needs to remake the original Legend of Zelda for modern day,
like audiences. A Zero Mission thing.
People need to experience the very first Zelda.
I'd be all over that.
So
do it the same way you did Link's Awakening, and it's going to sell
like hotcakes.
Or even the Link, not Link's Awakening, but
Link to the Past.
Not Link to the Past. The other one, the sequel to Link to the Past. What was that called?
Link Between Worlds.
Link Between Worlds, like that.
I know it's been done like on some like download stuff and all that, but like just do the original one over again for the Switch. If you want to if you even want to make it 3D, I'd play it.
Yeah.
I know everything right now is Breath of the Wild 2, but seriously, if they remade the original Legend of Zelda, oh my gosh.
So if you play the original Zelda on the NSO app and you're okay with rewinding, the money-making game is a good way to make money because the values are randomized at the time you enter the room. So you can pick a gem, find out what the real values are, rewind it a second, and then pick the right one.
Oh, look at that.
It's not randomized at the point you pick up the gem. It's randomized when you enter the room.
Okay.
So you'll always win.
That's
interesting.
Perfect.
That's how I got enough money to buy the blue ring right away.
What do you say is the best soundtrack?
For me, actually, it's the 25th anniversary soundtrack that you got when you bought Skyward Sword back when it was on the Wii. I know it's not one of the game soundtracks, but I like the 25th because it was the orchestra and all that kind of stuff. I'm going.
I got to go to see the Zelda orchestra a few years ago. It was a really cool experience.
Yeah.
Really,
I would have loved to have been able to do that too. So,
and what's your most played Zelda? Something tells me I know the answer to this.
It would be Breath of the Wild, most likely.
Oh no, I thought it would be
Link to the Past.
Yeah.
Nope, it's Breath of the Wild because I've been spending the most time in that, exploring and all that kind of stuff. So,
well, guys, if you want to drop your first, last, best, worst, best soundtrack and most played on add us on Twitter and let us know what yours is. We would love to hear about those. Hopefully, we didn't stir the pot too much.
Tag us too if there's something that we said. Tag us.
Tag us and let us know. Be like, I disagree with Tim. And Tim will be like, oh, I'm so sorry. But anyway, that's all of our discussion tonight. Now it's time for our favorite segment of the show, Jesse's PokéMinutes.
Pika, pika, Pikachu.
I hate you all.
Okay, so I have more contents for this than I had in the news at the start of the show. So get ready.
So who's timing it?
No one's timing me.
I'll act like Justin. I'll act like Justin.
Right. Now that the season of mischief has ended and trainers around the world have released Hoopa Unbound, a new season of events has kicked off. The season of Heritage. Starting on December 1st, it will go through March 1st. Similar to the Season of Mischief event, this event will take 3 months to complete with smaller events spread out over time. The first part started yesterday, and the next 3 parts will be triggered on the 5th, 7th, and 16th. January and February portions of Seasons of Heritage will be announced later. Each month will also feature one of the team leaders giving trainers a timed research challenge to complete 4 rewards. December's timed research challenge is collecting Stardust. The first catch of each day will reward trainers with 2 times the normal amount of Stardust. Trainers who collect 120,000 Stardust in a month will earn a Dino hat avatar item, in addition to other rewards that are claimable along the way. January's timed research challenge is collecting XP. Trainers will receive twice the normal XP for the first catch of each day. Trainers who earn 240,000 XP will receive a Gumi hat avatar item, with other rewards available along the way. The January timed research will only be available to trainers who pre-purchased a ticket for Pokemon Go Tour Johto before January 10th. February's timed research challenge is catching Pokemon. The bonus this month is Extra Candy XL and 2 times XP from hatching eggs. Trainers who catch 600 Pokemon will receive a Noibat hat avatar item, in addition to the other rewards claimable along the way. The February timed research will only be available to trainers who pre-purchase a ticket for Pokemon Go Tour Johto before February 10th. Pokemon Go Community Days through February have been announced. December's 18th and 19th will feature all previous Community Days from 2021. January 16th and February 12th will have featured Pokemon announced at a later time. And then finally, Pokemon Go Tour Johto will be February 26th and 27th. As previously stated, the January and February timed research missions will only be available to trainers who pre-purchase tickets to this event. Additional details will be announced at a later date.
So that Pokemon Community Days is basically if you miss something, you can catch up on it or something in December.
Yeah, the other 11 months, it's always featured one specific Pokemon.
Okay.
So this month, the 2 days in December, will have the previous 11 appearing in the wild. They may
Gotcha.
rotate hour by hour, or they all may be available the entire time. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, those are normally run, those are 6-hour events between 11 and 5 local time.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, guys, let's take a minute now and talk about what we've been playing. As customary, we're going to start with our guest, David, gaming dad Reed. David, what have you been playing? It can be Nintendo or non-Nintendo, doesn't matter.
I've been sticking with my Switch lately, and I don't know if you guys have heard of this game called Death's Door.
Yes.
Oh man,
Yes.
Death's Door is
you
so
say?
good.
Which game? I'm sorry.
Death's Door. It is so good. I tried my best to explain to a customer at GameStop the other day. I said, like, it's like a mixture of Hades and Zelda. That's my connection, and I'm absolutely loving the story. Loving
Hades, Zelda, Enter the Gungeon,
yes,
and Dark Souls.
Because
it's hard. It's hard
Yes.
sometimes.
See, if you sold it to me as that 2 weeks ago, I wouldn't have bought it. But I'll talk about my opinions of this game later.
But for $20, I said, man, this is a great value.
Yeah,
and it's a pretty good story. I kind of wished it was more. I wish it was voice acted. That's the only thing I wish it was voice acted. But
well, that can be a blessing or a
now.
curse.
Huh?
That can be a voice acting in a game can be a blessing or a curse.
Yeah, true.
Just saying.
Yeah, so I've been playing that in some 2K and World War Z, which runs pretty good on the Switch. You could just definitely tell that it's not enough.
I forgot that game came out on the Switch.
Yeah, but it was, believe it or not, it looks and runs really good, especially on the OLED. And as you can tell, it's less zombies to kill than like on the Xbox. You can definitely tell that. But besides that, it plays good.
Limiting the object count for processor reasons.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Big time.
Little tech talk there, but
But yeah, that's it for me.
Okay. So you just like, are you spending a lot of time with Death's Door? Is that
Yeah, that
it's
out of
like
the
you're,
three,
you're invested?
I'm invested. Death's Door is it's the game that all right, I have to play it half an hour before I go to bed.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Jesse, let's go to you. What have you been playing?
All right, I'll start with my thoughts on Death's Door. I'm not liking this. I liked it at first, but the game controls a little squishy. Like what you. I don't know if you ever get upgrades because you basically have 4 hits and you're dead,
Yeah.
and you'll see kill rooms quite often, and you'll have enemies from coming to you from multiple angles. So if you're facing one way to attack and you want to turn around to attack something else, it's not a snappy move. There's multiple
Agreed.
frames of rotation. So by the time I'm facing the enemy, I'm already face planted because
Yeah.
I'm dead. And so I had other gripes, but I don't remember what it was. But that was the biggest one. It's just
That's why you gotta roll, constantly roll. Just that,
Right.
you gotta mash the roll button.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
But I want to attack.
And Jesse, there are
can't
there
attack
are
while you're rolling.
upgrades. Let me say this: there are upgrades. When you kill enemies, you get those pink orbs that are souls. When you go back to the hub, you go talk to this crow, the big crow at the desk, and he can upgrade stuff, but it's expensive. It's like 400.
Yeah,
400
I updated
600.
I updated my strength once. Didn't notice a difference, and I have enough to upgrade. I don't think I have 600 yet to get a second strength, so I'd have to upgrade something else for 400.
Yeah.
And the fact that I couldn't really notice a strength boost doesn't give
Question.
me confidence that I'd be able to tell the difference than anything else.
So question, when does it also have like not just strength, but other things like defense or health?
Yeah,
or
there's
other
like, it
things?
makes you swing your sword is extended. There's a dexterity upgrade for faster rolling.
Okay.
But look, I'm not.
Is there a health
Jesse,
one too?
Jesse's right. The upgrades in the beginning, they're minimal. Okay, like
Is there
you
a
got-
health upgrade
like-
too?
No,
to
you can
improve your health?
get crystals from these shrines that you find in the thing, and 4 crystals upgrade your magic, and 4 crystals upgrade your health. They're different
Okay.
colors, but
I haven't gotten that
like,
far.
the thing is that like what people need to understand in this is, yes, it is Zelda-esque, but expect more. Like it's like 25% Zelda or 35%, 40% Zelda, 60% Dark Souls. All right. Just, you got to learn patterns. You've got to roll. You've got to be evasive. You got to watch things.
Yeah.
You can't just go in and be like, I'm going to swing the sword. And then, well, can't do it. Which is what I want to do. It took, like, I had to see the word death 400 times before I realized you can't do that.
And something else I didn't like, this is kind of a nitpick, but normally when you die, the enemy stops attacking. Not here. I was up against this mini boss that had like a giant sledgehammer, and one hit, I'm dead. And then during the big death screen, when I can still see myself between the letters, bam, 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 bam.
Can I tell you something? You don't have to beat him to go on to the next part of the story. He's off to the side of, I know where you're at. You've met the kid with the pot for the head, and now you've got the mace guy. I just skipped him. I just went on in. So
yeah, I did find an alternate, different route in, but I would want to beat him so I can get whatever he's guarding.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I'll come back when I'm more powerful. I'll get it then.
Yeah. Anyway, so I think I've already had it with that game. So I went on to the Great Ace Attorney. I'm finally getting around to playing that. I bought it when it launched, and I'm still early on. I finished the first trial, and I'm part of the way into the second act, which is no trial, but just of teaching you how to do the investigation. And I'm liking this so far, but this is the game I wish was voice acted, and not voice acted only in English as the text is, but voice acted in a mix between Japanese and English, because the language spoken by the people matter, at least in the first trial, because the start of the game you're still in Japan, so everyone is Japanese, so everyone's speaking Japanese, but obviously we're reading English. But one of the people that you interview is an English woman who starts off only speaking English, and the game shows this by the text being like scribbles and something you can't read, and then the character next to her leans in and then acts as her translator. And
Oh, that's cool.
the other characters know enough English to say, okay, this guy is legitimately translating what she's saying. He's not trying to fake us out. So then sometimes she'll actually say an English word loud, enough that everyone in the court hears her speaking English, like saying yes, saying no, and the text shows that in a scripty type of font. And then, again, might be a little bit of a spoiler, but again, it's the first tutorial thing, so you see it within the first few hours. But midway through the conversation, she starts speaking Japanese, and the whole courthouse is like, "What? I thought you only spoke English."
I can see how that, yeah.
And so
that would need to be voice acted. That would have been cool.
Yeah, and so she'll like speak a sentence and mix in English words and Japanese words, and you can see it by font changes. So I think that would have been really fun to hear voice acted. I understand why they didn't, because that you get like the Tokyo Mirage Sessions effect. Most people don't want that. I liked it because I watch a lot of anime and I prefer subbed anime over dubbed. But again, I'm not most people. I understand that. I fully admit that.
So is this is the game with Herlock Sholmes, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And he's a jerk, by the way. I don't know if he gets better, but from what I've seen so far, he's a jerk. Anyway, and how the characters will have like their objection or stop or hold it, big screen effect, and the words are voiced. That lady's got her own effect, and she'll just she yells, "Shut up!" And when the screen image comes up, it's in that scripty font. So she's yelling. So she's yelling it in English. So I'm wondering if the Japanese version of that actually mixed in English words, or how that would have been fun to actually have to see how they handled that. But yeah, so again, so I have a history of liking Ace Attorney games. I never did finish the last one on 3DS for some reason, but I'm liking this, and I do plan on continuing. Let's see what else. Okay, Hexceed. I want to talk about again. I talked about that before. Free game on Switch with monthly DLC packs. So the November pack launched the Friday after Thanksgiving. I went to try to play it, finished the first puzzle, then went back to the puzzle selection screen. It wouldn't let me choose another puzzle. Because normally what happens is like you have like the puzzle select screen looks like a puzzle, and you can only choose the leftmost one. When you finish the leftmost one, then those that are adjacent to it light up. But since that first one wasn't being marked as complete, I couldn't do any other puzzles. So I basically stopped playing it because there was nothing unless I wanted to play the same puzzle over and over again. They did push out a patch, like the other, 2 or 3 days ago, the same day that all the other games we talked about patched. And that did fix the bug. So I was able to go in. I think I've played maybe 20% of the November puzzles, which this does add new a new wrinkle to it. There are some cells that rotate on a timer. So like if there's a cell with a wall on it, say on 5 sides, so there's only one part of the hex that isn't walled off. So if it shows a 0, then that one side is a safe square or a safe hex, and then as it rotates, you might see a 1. I'm like, okay, so that one has the bomb in it. So you have to keep an eye on what's rotating around you, and the numbers in the puzzle change as it goes on. Sometimes they're just on a back and forth rotation. Sometimes they're on a rotation of 6. Sometimes there are like 2 rotations close enough that it affects both affect certain numbers. So you have to sit there and watch like 12 cycles through to make sure you've seen every pattern to get your hint out of it. So definitely it slows things down. But again, it's it's the brain relaxing puzzle thing for me. So I'm
Right.
liking that. Now that I can play it again. Yes.
So Jesse, my wife blames you for this, by the way, because
You're welcome.
she loves Picross games like you do. And when you were talking about this, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna bring this up to my wife because she likes Picross games. You like Picross games. You're mentioning how much you like the hexceed game. So I was like, hey, Nora, check this game out. So she's blaming you and thanking you for that. This is a cool game. So she's loving it and stuff like that too. So she's been that's all she's been playing lately too. Is this. So every time I go to see what she's doing, she's playing hexceed. So
nice. Okay, where else? Okay, so I was playing Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. I had the review copy from Nintendo, so thanks for that. So I kind of, I get stuck the same place I normally get stuck on Pokemon games lately. Right at the 3rd gym. I'm battling the 3rd gym, and her Lucario just OTKs my party.
Isaac said something about this. I think he's finally made it past there, but he was stuck on it for a little bit.
See, and I make it hard on myself the way I play these Pokemon games is because I try to not evolve my Pokemon until it's learned all the moves it can when it's in its younger stage. Because the younger version learns the move earlier than its evolved version. So say if Monfernape learns a move like Flamethrower at 60, Chimchar could learn the same move at 51. So, if I don't know if those numbers are real. I'm making things off the top of my head. I do have notes to tell myself when I want to evolve them. But if my numbers were correct, Chimchar learns a move at 51. I evolve at the levels 52 and 53. I now have the higher evolution with the strongest move 7 levels early. That's kind of why I do that. But it makes the middle game hard because the defenses aren't as high as their evolved form. And I think that's kind of giving me the problems. So ways around it is to get a new Pokemon in my party that is strong against Lucario. I think my son said he used his Golem with Earthquake, but I don't have a Geodude or not one that isn't more than level 6. So I'd have to, grind or just grind my current party more. I can go into the underground area, but I don't really like it. I've tried to tap the walls to get gems out, and I don't. I think there's like there seems like there should be a puzzle involved, something I can logic out, but it all just seems random. So I don't know. Maybe it is just random. And then, when I, go into the bigger rooms that has the Pokemon spawns, I'm like, do I really want to fight right now? Not really. So I'm like, I'm kind of kicking myself on both ends. So I might go back into this and, after I've played more of Ace Attorney to see if I can get further in. Because my son's already beat it, and actually I think he started the second playthrough on another profile. I think his Hall of Fame time was like 23 hours. I'm like, that was fast. Because I've put 14 or 15 hours in to get to the third gym. So I don't know.
It looks like Mecha Dragon has a bunch of comments for you in regards to getting past where you are. So he needs to go into the Pokemon channel in our Discord and help you out there.
I agree.
Yeah, well, yeah, my Chimchar does do damage to it, but he has some sort of recover move that recovers all of his health, and then he might not OTK me, but he'll 2-round me. But every other Pokemon I have, he OTKs me. Okay. The last game I want to talk about is, a few weeks ago we talked about Stadia being available on a discount just for their second anniversary. They were selling this set for $22.22.
Yes.
My system came in and I hooked it up and gave it a go. And I did sign up for the 3-month trial of Stadia Pro. Look, they have like 40 games available. By first glance, I'm like, oh, I really don't want to play anything here. The games that I might want to play, I already own a Switch, like Ease 8. And I think there might have been something else. So I was flipping through the games and I saw a game that looked interesting called Epistory Typing Chronicles. So I'm like, okay, let me give that game a look. And like, if I was playing this in a computer browser, basically it's an adventure game and you attack things by typing the word over their head. And the way they do it with the controller is they might have 1 or 2 inputs like AB or XY or AA or ABXY. The more complicated the word, you have to, like, the further on you go, you have to type in the more complicated inputs into the controller. And sometimes you have to do like 6 or 7 of these in succession in order to actually defeat it. I ended up getting into a kill room where I couldn't do it with a controller because I was making too many errors because, A, B, and XY are not the same on any 2 controllers. So I actually then loaded up in a browser on my PC. So since it is a cloud game, it loaded my save file without any problem, and I was able to continue from where I left off. And I'm typing bigger words. Like, one of the words I think was 15 letters I had to type, but I was able to complete it. That's the important thing. So I think that's a game I'll go back to and try more often again. And then it's kind of like Metroidvania-y where you come across some enemies that initially it looks like, instead of the word, it just looks like a jumbled mess. And you have to find a power up first. Once you get that power up, then you're able to attack them, and those come up in a red text instead of a white text. So once you have that ability, you just attack them the same way. But until you have that ability, all you can do is run away. So I presume the further in I go, there'll be more of these walled off gates, and I have more powers I have to pick up. But again, I'm not that far in.
All right.
Okay. Those are my games.
Tim, you're up, man. What you been playing? Nothing Nintendo. Shame.
Nothing. I actually haven't been able to have time, believe it or not. What I have been playing is through the cloud, through Xbox, the cloud there on my phone. And that's Forza Horizon 5 and Halo Infinite multiplayer. I've been able to play both of those through my phone using, the controller that I got, which is here. So the Moga one from Power A. But anyways, I know we've talked about this a billion times, but it's impressive that I'm able to play these, Xbox Series SX games on my phone through the app. So, and then I've been able to also play it on my computer through the browser. So for Forza Horizon 5, I've been having a blast playing it. I love my racing games. And the reason why I really like this one is because you can tone down the simulation part of the driving, which is I don't really get into the simulator type racing games because they frustrate me to where I don't. It's like kind of like the same thing with, let's say, Call of Duty type games where you have to play it a lot to get used to the controls and get good at it, right? I like to be able to just jump into a game and play it and have fun with it and figure it out as I'm playing it during that time frame, and then I, have fun with it. For Forza, I keep wanting to say Horizon. That's what I'm having a hard time saying it. The Forza Horizon 5, where again, it's kind of like the Breath of the Wild mentality, where there's a lot to explore and you can do in the game when you're driving around and finding out what to do in that game. Kind of like your Burnout Paradise in a way too, where you drive around and find races that you want to do or find things that you want to interact with when you get to a stoplight or get to a point. You hit the interact button to be able to start that event. It's the same kind of thing with Forza Horizon 5, and that's probably another reason why I like it too, because there was a Need for Speed game. I like that. I think Most Wanted was like that, and I'm sure other ones too. But and with this obviously being where you can see, people who are playing it, you get to see what they do. You can see what they do in the leaderboards. So that's fun too when you complete a race and if you're higher or lower than some of the same people that have been playing. So that's been fun. I played that last week, and then this week I was able to get in and try out Halo Infinite multiplayer. And I've been having a lot of fun with that. What's that?
It's so good.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun. Again, I don't spend a lot of time with shooters to get good at it, if you will, but it's same with like Fortnite when we've done those type of things. You could still feel pretty good about what you're playing, even though you might get killed a lot. But I feel like I'm still progressing when I'm playing the game and getting better.
Yeah.
Not just dying quickly and then not getting a chance to get better. And that's what I get frustrated with Call of Duty type games. I feel like I don't even get a chance to get better. Where here, I feel like I can at least I feel like I'm getting better. And they even give you the opportunity to train with the bots, in the academy and all that kind of stuff. So I'm really liking it. I'm really close at spending some money to get some of the, the customization things in it too, to be able to trick out my Halo trooper.
I got a question for you, Tim.
Sure.
Are you able to play Infinite multiplayer on your phone?
Yeah, I was playing it through my phone.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I've been playing it strictly through my Xbox. I didn't know I can get it on my phone.
Yep, playing it through the cloud.
Well, look at there. I learned something new.
It's been fun too. So, and I downloaded it to my PC though too. So, and that's where I was learning more of this stuff. So, and maybe am I confusing it? Maybe I'm confusing it with Horizon, Forza Horizon. But I thought I played it on my phone too, because I had it up on my, and I was in bed and where I usually play my Switch. But I had my phone up on my chest with the controller, and that was the only thing was, trying to move the controller to see my phone. Because I have the Galaxy Fold phone, so it won't fit in the clip that it came with. So I can't necessarily put it in the clip on the controller. So it's like tablet size. So when I'm trying to play it, on my bigger phone, I got the bigger screen, so it won't hold it in the clip. So I have to put it on the stand in order to play it. So, but yeah, I could have swore I played it on my phone. Hopefully I'm not confusing it with Forza Horizon. I keep, again, for Horizon. They should have just said Forza Horizon. Anyways, so I've been playing those two games the most. And I have Death's Door downloaded. Been wanting to jump into that and play, but I haven't had a chance to jump into play because I chose to do these other things to try it out. So try them out. And I'll also blame Sean Capri for his was it Halo Saturdays that he does, and saw them play it this past Saturday, and I was like, I want to try to play that, get a little good at it, and try to jump in when he's playing it. So that's what I've been playing.
Yeah, awesome. So I've been, like you guys have been playing some Death's Door. We've already talked about that. I've been playing Fortnite to finish off this season and this chapter. It's going to be completely different after this weekend. Thank God. Last couple of seasons have been pretty, this season's even been bad. Like they had to give a boatload of XP away to put players just to get them to finish the battle pass. There's a lot of things that game needs to fix. The removing challenges and making them punch cards is one of them. It was not good at all. I've also been playing Unpacking, which is a really cool little Zen game from Humble Games for the Switch. It is a game about unpacking boxes and setting up your room. It's actually really, I don't know what I expected. I thought it would be, a nice little unwindy type game. But it does the tutorial for it in a pretty interesting way. You just start playing and it kind of gives you the button to press to start unpacking, and then you start arranging things. And then by the end of the first room, there's certain items that have like a red aura around them, and you know that they're in the wrong place. And so you kind of start figuring out by the time you're at the second room, it starts introducing the fact that you have other rooms to unpack and that there's some of your stuff from the first room in the second room. You have to switch back and forth. And it's just like, it's a cool chill out game. I think it's what drew me in was the pixel graphics. The pixel art was really good. I will say that, and I don't mean this in a negative way at all. It's just kind of the reality of it. The main character is a girl, like you're a girl. And so in the second one, you're unpacking, like the second level, you're unpacking her room at college, and you open the box and like start getting out a bunch of bras and stuff. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I put those on the shelf up here. So yeah, it was just a little like I didn't expect that. So, but if you're looking for a game to relax with, I think it's a good option for you. A game not to relax with, but to have a lot of fun with is a game I've already mentioned in the show is Guardians of the Galaxy. Of course, this is available on Switch via the cloud. I'm playing it on PS5. It is absolutely 100% chef's kiss. So good. It captures everything that's great about Guardians of the Galaxy. It's like an amalgamation between the comics and the movies. Like what I really love about it is like the comics, really delve into like the extraterrestrial intergalactic elements of the Guardians of the Galaxy, like, fighting these weird aliens and stuff. And the movies are more like about their interactions and like Nova Corps and Thanos, like human looking things. In this one, you're fighting all kinds of like weird alien beasts and going to weird different planets, a completely brand new story, but they managed to like, it's so smartly written. It's legit funny. Like I find myself laughing out loud, and I'm 4 chapters in, like I'm starting the 4th chapter. So I'm 3 chapters in, and it's just brilliant. I blindsided by it. Did not expect it. Bought it for $25 and thought, well, if I hate it, I've only spent $25.
Right.
And
I picked it up as well.
Hey, we were talking about it before the show started. And we were talking about like what we thought might be game of the year. I want it to be Metroid Dread, but I think this game has a chance to be game of the year. And so cool to see them like bounce back after Avengers went over like a lead balloon when it first came out. So really cool to see them kind of get the hang of it and get it right. I highly recommend it. If you can play it on Switch via cloud, yes, go for it.
What type of combat does the game have?
Yeah, they're shooting and melee. Because here's the thing, the only character that you control is Star-Lord. Everyone else you command via a very simple series of button presses. So like each character has their own attack. You press the L1 button and it brings up the Guardians hub, or you enter Guardians mode, and each of your input buttons, square, X, circle, and triangle, correspond to a different member of the team. Once you press their button, it opens out to another hub where those same 4 buttons represent different abilities they have. So very early on, you learn not only are these combat abilities, but they're stage abilities as well. Like, hey, you can't get through. There's some vines. Well, Gamora can cut through that. You got a panel that needs to be fixed. Rocket can take care of that. Or there's a hole he can crawl into and blow something up to make, to let you through. Groot can build bridges. But then in combat, it's like Drax does Drax things. He like jumps on the back of the beast and starts stabbing it like this. And then Gamora does like a kill shot. Rocket throws bombs. Groot immobilizes them. So, and then you're Peter Quill and you're like using your jet boots to fly around and shoot at stuff. And this is not a spoiler because it's like you like there's like the first chapter is like the tutorial chapter, like getting you used to all the elements. The coolest part, like where it all came together for me, is during this big battle in the first chapter, like all these enemies start coming out and there's something called the Guardian's Huddle that you can do where you press the L and R buttons and Quill puts on his headphones and they all come together in a huddle and start arguing and talking back and forth. And what you have to do is in the background, there's phrases that they're saying, and you have to pick out context clues to choose the right motivational speech to fire them up for the butt kicking you're about to give these enemies. And you get several options. And if you do it right, like everybody gets powered up. And just in this, it was so Guardians of the Galaxy because in the first battle, it's like all these little bitty aliens and everybody just scatters and starts doing their own thing and everything's dying and flying all over the place. Drax is like picking up enemies and throwing them and you're having to dodge them. It's literally, it's one of the most fun games I've played all year. Seriously. It's so good. I give it a 100% glowing recommendation. And the soundtrack is amazing.
Yeah, it's the shooty bits in the game that kind of has me concerned.
Well, here's the thing though, is it's you have a lock on button, but that's not all you do. Like if that makes sense. His main attacks are shooting, but when you lock on, you have unlimited ammo. His guns like heat up and you have to let them cool down. So you've got to, do other things. But like in the first level, there's these enemies that look like round cactuses, that come out like have an eye and they're bouncing toward you. And he's like punting them like footballs. If you do melee attacks and stuff, it's just.
That sounds like a cool thing to do.
Yes. Like all of it is so true to character. Drax is written absolutely deadpan perfectly.
I played the demo.
And can I say this too? Yeah. There's multiple branches through the game, like through the chapters. Like there are legit decisions that you make that will affect things later on. And some of them are timed. Like if you don't do them fast enough, you have to deal with it later. Different ways to defeat obstacles, all kinds of stuff.
I played the demo on the Switch and I enjoyed it. I thought it ran pretty well.
I would say that too is like if you're on the fence about this game, that you get like an hour? Is it 30 minutes or an hour with it?
No, it's like on
5 minutes,
15 minutes of that.
Short. It's 15 minutes, but
it's more of a can your network handle the game test than a demo.
But it might be a good little taste of it to see if it's something you would like.
It was. I did the same thing you did. I saw it on Black Friday for $26. I picked it up as well. I just haven't played it yet.
So I probably should have.
No-brainer for me.
I can't.
While I was discounted.
Y'all, I bought Kena and the Bridge of Spirits too. Haven't even touched it. So like I can't get away from Guardians. I'm probably not going to be able to get away with it from it until I fix it or until I beat it. I don't know. But that's what I've been playing. Let's very quickly move on to our community spotlight here.
Real quick. David, I have it up on my phone right now. The Halo. I don't know if you can see
man,
this.
that looks good.
So yeah, this is where I was playing it on here and just being able to use my controller with the phone. I was playing it on my phone.
That's pretty cool, man.
And that's what's
off Wi-Fi?
dangerous. Off of my Wi-Fi,
Yeah. Speaking of David, as we turn our community spotlight on here, we want to highlight Gaming Dad. I'm just going to be honest here. I know I'm not supposed to do this because this is like having favorite children. You're not supposed to do that, but I'm gonna be honest with you. And I see what you're picking up. You got the beaver nuggets. You went. Not only did David last time he was on the show, we had this big conversation about Buc-ee's. He went the next day and tagged me in a tweet. He spent like $60 in the Buc-ee's.
Oh, listen, I've been back and spent like $100.
Oh, okay.
Oh man, listen.
Can I ask a question? Did you have the brisket sandwich?
Oh, brisket on the board.
Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh man, we've been back several times, and we've even branched out from the chopped brisket sandwich. That's been like number one for us.
Mm-hmm.
But they had this turkey, ham, and I don't know other kind of meat in it. It was and bacon. It was delicious. They put
come
some
on.
kind of mustard on it.
You say the bacon, now you got my attention. Now I'm all stoked up. But now I want to say this. Like I said, you're not supposed to have favorite children, but I'm gonna say this. Like David is legit one of my favorite guests to have on the show.
Hey man, listen.
I love what you're doing. I love the interaction you have with your community and the way you have built that. I love the insight you bring when you're on here. Please tell our listeners, if they don't already know, which you should look, if you've heard him on the show before, if you know, you need to be up on Monday nights with Gaming Dad. Tell people where they can find you.
All right, listen, I'm on a couple places. You can catch me on Instagram at GamingDad3, and I'm on Twitter at Gaming_Dad3. I'll post a lot on Twitter. I post everything dealing with what I'm getting ready to broadcast on our show. We on YouTube. If you Google Gaming Dad, I'm number one. It's gonna come. If you not Nintendo Dads, but Gaming Dad. If you Google that, do YouTube, I'm the first one. I had a very colorful logo. I should have it behind me, but I was broadcasting something else, so I had to put my Fair State Bulldog.
I'm ashamed because I just realized I was not following you on Instagram. That's now been fixed.
Oh man, I appreciate that.
That's now been fixed.
Yeah. And then, I do a little TikTok too. I'm Gaming Dad 0 on TikTok.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And like I said, like I alluded to, you do a weekly show.
Yep.
Right. Monday night.
This Week in Gaming.
Every
Monday night.
It's fantastic. Dude is over there giving stuff away. He's
every
over
Monday
there dropping the knowledge.
Every Monday night.
I just I'm serious. Like I love to listen to you. I love to watch. I love it when you come on the show. Thank you so much for coming on the show again.
Would you mind? I'm doing I do a Christmas stream every year where I give out tons of stuff.
Yeah.
This year we're hoping to be bigger and better. I'm giving out tons of games, controllers. We're doing it all. So I'm gathering everything together, and that'll be Christmas Eve night.
Oh, okay.
Christmas Eve night. We're gonna do probably about an hour, 2-hour stream. And feel free to come in. All you do is come in with a comment and you enter to win. Just that quick. All you just say, "What's up, Gaming Dad? Merry Christmas." And you know what? You are entered to win. I'll put you live right there on the wheel, and we'll get to spinning and give out some good gifts. And
that's really cool.
The channel that keeps giving.
Gonna be gaming claws that night.
Yeah. Hey, that's what I'm trying to be, man. Gaming claws and Santa Claus to my kids.
And that's the thing. Like I really, I just really love your dedication to giving back to the community, giving back to people. And so guys, y'all make a point to go over and check him out on Instagram, on YouTube, on TikTok, if you do the TikTok thing. Man, just keep doing what you're doing. You are, I love it. I love it.
Man, I love being here, man. Thank you guys.
We're super thankful for you being on the show. So go check him out if you haven't already. Tim, why don't you real quick let us in on what's going on in our family of podcasts?
Sure thing. So as usual, we have an episode out from RetroLogic. They have episode 60 out where they talk about mature content and retro gaming. They have a new game they've been playing called Spot the Fake. And they also talk about what's a retro collection you'd like to see released. And don't forget to always go to www.retrologic.games to not only get the latest info about their show, but also they're not just a podcast, they sell games. So you can get the information about their retro games. And you can also read their latest blogs from Sam and the others there. Also up, we have our NINDADS After Dark crew. They have released episode 73 titled Why Are Good Games Bad? And this week they're joined by Twitch streamer and our own Patreon Hambone Johnny, and they break down all the new stuff in Mario Golf's latest update, which makes sense since Hambone Johnny and Drew did that during their Extra Life campaign, or the couple hours they were on for us, and they raised a ton of money there for the campaign. They also talk about what happens when the game you played is now called Legacy Mode. Not sure about that, but I'm waiting to catch up. I've been hoping to read that listen to that episode soon. And they also have why is it that good games are just bad, which is an interesting topic. So why is it that good games are just bad? So they always have some really good topics there. And then usually they're top 10 or under top 10, depending on how many top something they have, topics that they talk about. Next up, they don't forget about Monthly Mayhem that the Dads After Dark crew does for us. Drew and John always put together a Monthly Mayhem every month with little small breaks in between, but they do that for us. They get that going, and they have the Holiday Mayhem going on right now. So if you haven't already signed up for the Mario Tennis tournament, it's too late for that, but you can still go with the solo play, which is playing Gunstar Heroes for the Sega Genesis. So you got to have NSO and you got to have the expansion pack to be able to play those. Unless Gunstar Hero is on one of the Genesis collections. I don't know for sure if that is or not, but that's kind of hard to talk because my cat's now here. But anyways, Gunstar Heroes is the one that you can play solo and you don't need to sign up for. You can submit your scores in our Patreon channels for that. Then we have Game Pass news. They did episode 30. Sean and Nick reunite for a cozy show about Xbox games of the year, Game Pass happenings, and Xbox Series S dominating Black Friday. They talk about those. And then, of course, last but not least is the dinner table, which happens every third Friday of the month. And this month, myself and the Nintendo Dads Discord community, we get together and we'll be talking stream free and off the record about your Christmas plans. So, of course, we're dads, so we got to keep it off the record just in case you talk about spoilers for the kids. You never know. They may be listening. So we'll be talking about that kind of stuff. And we'll also be talking about holidays, such as your favorite holiday games or movies or music, all that kind of stuff. So again, being stream free and off the record, we will just be sitting back, having a good conversation and just letting it go. So if you want to join in, just become a Patreon or a Twitch subscriber and get into our Discord, and you'll be able to join the call there. Again, it's every third Friday. So that falls on Friday, December 17th, 2021 at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that is it for the podcast. And on to the questions from the community. We have a question in the email from Bruce Patterson, and his question is the Poutine Simulator game the new NHL 94? Are we getting a Poutine Simulator?
That's been the joke since last week, if you listen to that show.
Right, yes. We do need, there's simulators for everything, so why not have a Poutine Simulator? Could be a Cooking Mama game, who knows?
Right.
Cooking Mama 5 or whatever number they're on, Poutine cooking or whatever, I don't know. David, have you ever had a poutine before?
Never.
Okay. It's something that. Do you know what that is? Do you know what it is?
Mm-mm.
It's just basically gravy and cheese curds on fries.
That sounds delicious.
It's really good. Whenever I go over to Windsor, over the Ambassador Bridge, go over to the mall over there, and they have a New York fries there, and I'll always get poutine over there.
New York fries. I need to remember that.
Yes, they also have all kinds of other places that sell poutine. So it's just it's a Canadian staple, essentially. All right, questions from the chat. We got Mecha Dragon 101. Regarding the video game crash of the early 80s, tell me what you all did, how you kept getting through it, I guess, how gaming was, and what helped rekindle this gaming spirit. He says, I think some of you all are old enough to remember.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mecha Dragon. Thanks very much.
Right. Oh man.
So David, what do you remember of the gaming crash?
I am not old enough to know. No, I didn't get a video game until I was 8. That was 1988.
That was afterwards.
Nintendo was already dominant.
Yes.
Well,
this is a Jesse question.
Listen, I'm old enough.
I'm old enough too, man. Come on.
I'm older. I'm a 75 baby. So
all right. So look, I'm gonna let you old farts talk about this. That's fine.
Go ahead, David. What do you remember?
Let you go first.
I remember us going back outside and playing more. It was just tough. Like I'm glad I did not have an Atari, but I had an Intellivision, and that was my first gaming console. I had an Intellivision, and those games were like, by our standards now, were like terrible. But they had a baseball game on there. I played that thing relentlessly. And but it was just tough, because you only had a couple games, and once you played them couple games out, it was over. We did get a ColecoVision later on, but you know what? Once you play like the Smurfs and Donkey Kong and Zaxxon a couple of times, we didn't have the variety this generation have when it came to games. But I think if anything, what rekindled the flame was, I got a quick story. A friend of mine's, on our block in Detroit, he had his mother bought him a Nintendo, and we've all seen like the pictures of the Nintendo and Robot Rob, but we never seen it up close in person. And the first time seeing Super Mario Brothers played, I was like, I'm sold. I mean, I think every kid that saw it for the first time was like, I have to have one.
Did you see the movie 8-Bit Christmas yet?
No, it's on my list.
Oh, you got to see that. That's
I heard.
I was thinking that same thing through exactly what you were saying about having to go outside, dude. Here's the thing: it's not about it. It's about Nintendo, but it's not about Nintendo. It's a great movie.
Yeah, you definitely get that on your list to watch. But I got a little teary, misty-eyed.
Look, dude, you talking about seeing Super Mario Brothers for the first time? I'm there.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna drop it here. 1987, Jason Haggard's house butted up against our properties connected at a corner. I came over to his house. He's playing Rad Racer and Super Mario Brothers, and I was like, "What?
Whoa!
Is this? What is this sorcery?" That's when I started asking for one.
Yeah, that was it. I had back in the day when you could go out, when kids could have a paper route. I went and got a paper route. And I saved up every dime for about a year, and finally bought me one from K&B Toys. I tell you how, K&B Toys from Northland Mall. I used to catch the city bus.
Yes,
I got
Northland
the city bus up there. Right?
I was Eastland Mall was my place. Eastland Mall.
You know what? Quick story. I used to work at Eastland Mall.
Okay.
You remember Honey Baked Hams used to have those little trailers out there in the front?
Yes.
I worked at Honey Baked Ham.
Okay.
Frying hams.
Nice.
The glaze on the ham. That's why I'm a ham guy.
Now I was going to say, now we know why you're Team Ham.
Gotcha. Yeah, Honey Baked Ham will do that. Definitely.
Honey Baked Ham will do that to you. Yeah, so that was my experience. The turnaround was Super Mario Brothers. That set it off right there. That got me right back into gaming like a brand new baby.
All right, Jesse.
Ebosol says Intellivision gang unite. Because while he was talking about his Intellivision, I waved my Intellivision controller in the camera to show that off.
Oh, you still have yours?
Yeah, I've got one here. I have it hooked up to my system. I can stream Intellivision games if I want.
No way. No,
I've done that.
Oh yeah, Jesse does some crazy stuff with it. He's even programmed on it. Played around with
Oh,
that.
where is that audio? Let me see if I can find it real quick. This is great.
Is it in one of your folders?
Yeah. I'll find it while you're talking. But
Okay.
so I'll quickly answer. I never really noticed that there was a video game crash. I would have been 8, 9 years old in 82, 83. I we always had I had an Atari 2600 and an Intellivision at the time. We never did have the ColecoVision. I wanted it, but at the we I was told no, and I think because my mom, I didn't understand it at the time, but my mom kept an eye on tech news, so she knew Commodore wasn't going to be as big as it, you know, in the future as it was in the early '80s. I wanted the Commodore 64. She said, "Nah, we're not going to get one,"
Yeah.
and she was right. As much as I hate to admit it, she was right about a lot of things. So. But yeah, so we I think the advantage of that era, even though a lot of the games were crap, is they were $1 or $2 in the bargain bin. So when it comes to Christmas, we'd get 6 to 8 games and not care that I don't know that she only spent $1 on it versus 30, but still they were games, and I played just about anything that they threw at me. Intellivision was the first system, that we got an Atari later. And then when I was older, then I realized learned about, oh yeah, that was when I learned more about the business side of things versus just the gaming gods are delivering these cartridges to stores. I don't know how that works. So but once I had the understanding of the business, then I had a better understanding of, oh yeah, there was a crash, there was problems. That's why Intellivision doesn't sell games in the stores anymore. Everything's mail order. Intellivision sold games until like 1996, mail order.
Right.
And so, and yeah, I'm still looking forward to the Miko whenever the hell that comes out.
Yeah, so for me, I did notice it because I did want a Nintendo. I also had a friend who had one, but my family invested in the Atari 5200 when that was hot and new, and then all of a sudden Atari was like, oh wait, we should come out with something because everybody's complaining that, so let's come out with 7800 because it was backwards compatible with 2600. 5200 was not compatible with anything, so a lot of people were complaining about that. But anyways, I had the 5200. And then when it crashed, I knew there was something wrong. I don't know if we call it the crash at the time, but at the time it was like everything that was so cheap, or people selling it at the garage sales. We did at the same, like you said, Jesse, your parents would buy these games cheaper and stuff like that. My dad would go out the garage sales and buy everybody's 5200 stuff because he knew we had one at home. So we had 5200 basically in every room in the house that had a TV, because we had extra ones. And then we had games. We had all the games that ever came out for 5200. So whenever it was time to play games at my house, it was 5200. But then at my friend's house, it was the Nintendo, the NES, and I wanted one. And I asked for one for Christmas. I asked for one for my birthday. I was told, no, we invested in the 5200, and we're not going to be buying any other system that ends up going away at like the 5200, because they got burned. My parents got burned on buying the 5200, and then all of a sudden Atari stopped supporting it because they came out with the 7800.
Thing is, with 7800 was supposed to come out 2 years before that.
Yeah.
And so the new games coming out are already obsolete. It was competing against the NES, and it shouldn't have been able to.
It was for me as a kid who had, friends had an NES and everybody's playing stuff. It was always, we're going to go to their house because they had the NES, not Tim's house because he's got the 5200. So I was like, okay, whatever. So, but eventually, I got over it, and my friends would sometimes bring the NES over to my house too. So we'd play like pro wrestling and all that kind of stuff. It wasn't until I got a job in 1990, summer of 1990, after was gonna start high school and all that kind of stuff, going to Denby, and then going to start my job at Baskin Robbins. That I started saving my money because I learned that Nintendo was coming out with a new system. That I was like, I'm not going to rely on my parents or my grandparents to tell them to tell me no or anything like that. I'm just going to be like, I'll take money for birthday or Christmas or whatever to put towards what I'm saving to buy the Super Nintendo. And sure enough, when I got my job, as soon as I got the money, I asked my parents to take me to Meyer, I think it was, is where I ended up going to get it. Went to Meyer, got my Super Nintendo, and that was the rest is history there. That's when I started getting back into games and playing those games.
I didn't. Here's the crazy thing: like, I didn't know anybody who had anything like an Atari. That was like, by the time home consoles came on my radar, the Atari had long been out. Like the ET thing had happened. They buried them in the landfill. all that stuff, you know.
I have to unbury it from a box and be like, what is this thing? This
Yeah, I'm surprised that whole story turned into urban legend. I thought it was always fact, and it turned into urban legend, and then it turned into fact again when they
when they dug it up. Yeah,
when they dug it up.
Yeah, crazy stuff. I mean, that's excellent question. I mean, there's a lot of people who weren't there when that happened, you know, that are now video game enthusiasts. And I recommend, there's an older book that was written about Nintendo, and it's mainly about the Nintendo, how Nintendo became a dominant force. And it's written in, I think, the early 90s, late 80s. It's called Game Over. And it was like the first book of its kind. I remember checking it out from the library. I would advise anybody who is interested in that to check it out, simply because it does talk about how Nintendo came into being, like, as far as like the NES, and how they had to like kind of backdoor that into people actually wanting to be interested in it because of the video game crash. That's why it was called the Nintendo Entertainment System and not a video game system. They
didn't want to market it as a toy, and they tried going to Atari first to see if they wanted to have Atari distribute it, and Atari said no. So they decided to risk it. And
biggest mistake of Atari's life.
Self-distribute. Well, one of the many.
Oh well, yeah.
I found the audio I was looking for. So when Tim said that I programmed the television, this is one of the things I did.
Nintendo Dads Podcast.
Wow. Played on the IntelliVoice system.
Ask him how long it took to do that too.
That took me a few hours. I don't remember how long exactly it took me, but I literally had to program each phoneme as I wanted. So if I wanted like nin, where that N kind of holds for a bit, I had to say play N like 4 times. Yeah. Tim, you're doing a good job with these questions. Why don't you continue?
All right. So, and one other thing I was going to mention too, I think, was it, Jesse, remind me, you might know this. Is it Crunchyroll that has the Nintendo documentary?
Crackle.
That's what it was. Crackle.
And I haven't seen that yet.
It's so if you don't like to read, there's also that documentary on Crackle, so which I started watching and I need to catch up on.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, question from the Discord, Chris HL94. Do you think the Switch family will ever expand to include a home docked only edition? Marty, you talked about this before. What do you think?
I absolutely think it's going to happen. I think the hybrid the pendulum has already swung one way in the light to be handheld only. I do think it's going to swing the other way, and that's what's going to be the Switch Pro.
And David disagrees with you.
He can't. Look, I will bow to his knowledge.
If it's not broken, they're not gonna fix it. They're gonna ride this bad boy. Just like Mario Kart is gonna keep selling. You're gonna find out when in next month, at the end of next month, you're gonna find out that Mario Kart sold another 10 million. This is a proven console. They're not going away from this. They're absolutely not. They have a home run. Nobody else in this space is doing it the way they're doing it. You got people that's trying because they see after 100 million consoles, because it's gonna be 100 million by the end of. I'm predicting 100 million at the end of this fiscal year.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Well,
Can I just-
I would say 100. I'm gonna say 100 million at the end of December.
Look,
I
I'm
think-
okay with that. I'm okay
Yeah.
with that, David. But like, can we just please get some new tracks? Just please.
They
Tim,
need a
talk
deal.
to your
It-
uncle
it
and
needs-
Nintendo. Just some DLC, man.
Listen, I would love some DLC. You know what? It would be nice if they could somehow, some way, make some DLC to have Double Dash, kind of like as an add-on.
Every
Oh, I would
time I
love
bring
that.
up Mario Kart, bringing up more courses and stuff, it gets confused with Mario Tour or the live circuit game for some reason. I don't know. Like, so there's new stuff that comes up for those two games. I keep trying to tell them, no, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, new tracks for that.
Listen,
Yeah.
you know what, they can charge it too. They can, you know what, they can have some DLC and say, hey, you know what, it's $25. I would buy it.
I'd
because
spend $60 for new DLC. Like if it was a whole nother 4 like cups,
yes,
Let's go.
absolutely.
4 cups, 2
Yes.
racers. I don't know.
Everybody, there's a lot. How many of those games sold? You're going to have pretty much, if you just think half of that,
Hear me when I
Right.
say
half
this.
of
We've
that
said this
are
on
going to
show
buy the
before.
DLC for that.
But hear me when I say this. They could do this and never make another Mario Kart game.
Yeah.
Just add to this. Add to it, do a big update, call it Nintendo Kart, build it on the same engine, add a few more battle stages, some more cups,
Yeah.
add Kirby, add Samus, bing bang boom, done.
And
Yeah.
they can listen, and they can resell it and call it the definitive edition.
I always thought it would be cool
Mario
if they
Kart
added
Ultimates.
Double Dash DLC to it.
Yeah. Mecha Dragon
be
says
cool.
Mario
So
Kart
good.
8 DX2.
Yeah.
Oh, not the DX. Oh my goodness.
That's deluxe. DX is just deluxe. We already got it. So
So-
They're like, guys, we gave you Inkling and King Boo and Isabel. What more do you want? What do you need?
We
Double
want a
Dash.
trailer that says we are all here.
yeah,
and
that's
everyone,
right.
and everyone is in there.
You hear Mario Kart Ultimate.
And Sakurai is
Kirby's
working
coming
on it.
through.
Right.
Let's
Sakurai's
do it.
working on it.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Chris Pratt's going to be the new driver.
Yeah. So
Right.
I think a docked only version is possible. I think it's going to be highly unlikely because the native Japanese audience aren't wanting that unit. I think it'll sell well in the West. It won't sell well domestically, and if they normally care more about their, that's kind of not the way I want to word it. But they haven't gone to like Sony and completely listened to West and ignoring their domestic audience. Nintendo still pays attention to the domestic audience.
Yeah.
So while I think it's possible, it definitely won't be the only thing that Switch Pro is. I think we will see the Switch's successor will still be hybrid, which may have a docked only variant, similar to how we have a Lite now that is undockable. But again, small probability.
Unless the home docked only, again, I don't think it can be home only edition. It's still going to be something that connects to a portable version, a hybrid, I think. So where I think you could, there might be the Switch 2 where the home docked version has more innards, has more capabilities than the current dock. I still
Like a
don't,
secondary GPU in the dock.
right.
Yeah.
That will
Which is
expand
which is what we thought was going to happen 6 years
right,
ago.
exactly. So that again, I don't think it would be just a home edition only. So, but I will pitch in money towards that home edition if they come out with one for Marty if he gets it right.
Absolutely.
I'm
Absolutely.
Hey, on
I'll
board
throw
for
money
that.
at your
Let's
way
do
if you
it.
get it right. So I'll be like, I was wrong. Here's money, Marty. You were right.
Cool. Mark it down on episode 354.
Yep.
Tim said
Episode
he'll help buy
354.
Marty a docked only Switch.
I'll throw money at him for it.
Let's do it. Let's
All
do
right.
it.
All right.
Last
Next
question. Let's do this.
All right. Question from the Patreon. Michael Mencher says or asks, what's a franchise you'd like to see a drastic change in genre? Like Mario plus Rabbids was a surprise smash hit, and I think everyone's excited for Pokemon Legends. Arceus. Taking the Arceus. I think there's two different. Lots of people going back and forth. Arceus.
Yeah, there's a
Arceus.
right way and a wrong way to say it.
All right. I'll go with Jesse's way, and that's Arceus. Taking the Breath of the Wild open world route. So what's another game that you'd like to see change?
Question.
Metroid Picross game.
I've seen a lot of that.
He's been waiting for this. He's been waiting.
It's a game it's a game that I would at least be able to finish.
I'm going for the thing I've said from the beginning. Mario Warriors. Let's go.
Oh,
Okay, yeah.
Mario
All right.
Warriors. Let's put Mario in the Musu genre. Giant armies of Koopas. Mario with a hammer.
Nice.
I'm for it. Let's go.
Interesting.
Fighting a large Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
That might be pretty good. I'll sign up for that one.
Nice.
Oh man.
David, did you think of anything yet?
I don't know. That's a tough one.
Jesse?
He said it.
I couldn't think of a serious answer.
All right.
But, I'll go with my joke.
I'll throw out this one that I mentioned before. I'm going to stick with it. Is an F-Zero cooking game. I got a thing for it. It's basically you got Captain Falcon who's still racing, but he's trying to raise money for his restaurant, and at the same time he's talking to people.
The noodle
store.
store.
He's got to learn some new ramen, recipes. So you have to learn how to cook those ramen recipes and
I forgot about
all that kind of stuff. So as you're trying to build up your reputation in your restaurant. And then you still got to go do races in order to earn more money to then build up your restaurant some more.
I got another one. You ready for this?
Okay.
Nintendo's E3. The screen is black. You hear the music begin to swell. And then it says, you hear the announcer says, you've played the critically acclaimed million-selling combat game from Nintendo, ARMS. Now get ready for a brand new track and field adventure we call Legs.
Don't skip leg day.
Don't
skip leg day. That's awesome.
So they got the big extendable legs that help them jump over the hurdles. Let's go.
And is this a cross development with Konami?
No, because Konami doesn't make anything good anymore.
That's it. They got some collections.
Unless it's a Pachinko machine.
They did have a track and field game in development, but they canceled it, and I was upset. I was looking forward to that game.
Oh man.
Like Hypersports S or something like that.
David?
How about a Super Smash Brothers shooter?
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Super Smash Brothers shooter
with all the characters.
With it like a shmup type shooter?
Like
or are you talking about a first person shooter?
First person shooter, like
oh, okay. All right.
Oh, they can
cool.
just find something else to shoot them with instead of bullets.
All right.
I'd like to see Shin Megami Tensei crossing over with something else. Because I liked Tokyo Mirage Sessions. No one else did, but I did.
We take Animal Crossing and we make a board game out of it. But it has to use amiibo.
What are you going to call it? What are you going to call it?
Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival.
Oh, that's a great idea.
It's a great idea, right? Or no, I got another one. Okay. We take Pokemon. All right. We take all of the Pokemon and we make them into cards. It's a card game. It's a Pokemon card game.
Yes.
Yeah,
I like where you're going with this. Great
idea.
A combination of Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
See, it's this stuff writes it.
It has to be collectible too.
Yeah. I mean, you can buy packs. You can buy starter kits.
You got
with real Nintendo, eShop money or coins. that you get from clicking
Seriously
on the
though,
website.
I want a Pokemon trading game on the Switch. I want an updated one
Do you
like
guys
they had on
remember
the
the
Game Boy.
Pokemon trading card game on Game Boy Color?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They need to
Yeah,
have
but
one for the Switch.
I
Updated.
played that when it was new. I bought it and didn't get far when it was on Virtual Console. But the rule set is so antiquated now.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
they need a new one.
They need a new one with the modern rules.
Hey, if
And
they could
and
do
you
it
just
with- what
you
is-
log in with your trainer ID, and then you could go play in the browser
What's the
if you
thing they
want.
do with? Is it Magic Arena
Yes.
online? You can play Magic the
You can
Gathering
do
online?
you can do the
And it
Pokemon
constantly
game
gets
on
updated. Yeah,
on your phone right now. You can play the
Do
trading
it.
card game on your phone.
Let's do it.
They need a Switch
Let's do
version.
it. Guys, fantastic questions this week. We are going to wrap the show up right here. Episode 354. David Reed, Gaming Dad, we want to thank you for joining us from an hour in the future to be a part of the show. And remember, head on over to his YouTube channel, to Instagram. It's Gaming Dad 3. You can check that out. And on TikTok at Gaming Dad 0. Man, thanks so much for being on the show again. We
Yeah,
really
man, appreciate
appreciate
it.
love having you on.
Hey man, you guys are wonderful, man. I'll listen anytime y'all want me to come back. I'll clear out my schedule for you guys. You guys are some awesome gentlemen, and I love the fact that we all love Nintendo. So this is like a breeze to do.
So good, so good. And so as we close out the show, we want to remind you guys, our listeners and our hosts as well, begin thinking about what your top 10 games of 2021 are. It's we're going to be collecting those soon for our annual top 10 list. And a reminder, next week, we're not going to have a normal show. Again, we'll be reacting to the Game Awards starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's expected to be a 4-hour event. Hoo-wee.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, that's why I say ooh-wee, but it's going to be good. Hopefully some Nintendo related reveals. We want to say thank you to our Patreon producers, Dave Ernsberger, Antonio Contronio, and Solo Something. And we also want to say a huge thanks to our over 5,800 subscribers on YouTube. We're so close to 6,000. And guys, 2 away from 1,200 on on Twitch. 2 away from 1,200 on Switch. But also a big thanks to our 25 Twitch subscribers who also get access to our Discord community. And if you don't subscribe to us on Discord or on Twitch to get access to Discord, you can get in by heading over to patreon.com/Nintendo Dads and getting access to Discord that way. Reminder, you could save on Gooder sunglasses and Manscaped by using the code NINDADS as you order. That's NINDADS. Check out our merch store via nintendodads.org/merch. And a reminder, again, there's our website, nintendodads.org. You can find all of our tweets, blog articles, all kinds of other cool stuff over there. You can email us at nintendodads.org or call in and leave a voicemail at 929-25NDADS. It's 929-256-3237. I want to say a huge thanks to OC Remix for the music used throughout the show. And a reminder, wherever you listen to us, your podcast app of choice, be sure to go in and give us a 5-star review and some written words. Helps people find the show and it spreads the love for Nintendo Dads. Thanks for hanging out with us for episode 354. For David, for Jesse, for Tim, and me. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Nintendo Dads.
We sound like the goddamn Nintendo dads all of a sudden.
Hey,